He floats this one on 2nd and 10 for the end zone. It's caught! He got it! Eric Friday night football as the temperatures begin to dip down here and about the 50s at the new Bill Brown Stadium, Blacksburg, Virginia. It's the site tonight for a winner-go-home matchup in the River Ridge District between the Christiansburg Blue Demons at 5-4 on the season and the 5-4 Blacksburg Bruins. I'm Nick Pierce, joined tonight by our coach Chris Lucas. We'll give you the starting lineups for both sides here in just a couple of moments. Seniors honored before the game tonight out on the football field for Blacksburg High School. And we were just talking, Chris, before we went to break. This Blacksburg team lost a lot of seniors last year. Looks like they're certainly going to lose their fair share this year as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we lost a lot of good quality athletes, good football players off last year's football team, and the senior core on the football team this year has been a big reason for the success that Blacksburg's had up to this point. A lot of people thought this would be a major rebuilding year for Blacksburg, and here they are competing for a playoff spot tonight in the last week of the football season. So, you know, it looks like another big senior class is going to be moving on to bigger and better things, and it'll be time for another group to step up and take the challenge.
22 seniors on this Blacksburg High School squad this year, and they will certainly be challenged again next season when they try to put another football team on the field, but I'm sure Dave Christ will be ready for that when the time comes. Right now, it's all about tonight. As the Blue Demons come out of their tunnel, the Blacksburg Bruins getting set to come out of theirs as well as we await the coin toss out here at midfield. A couple of playmakers to keep an eye on tonight for Christiansburg. You got to start with the fullback, Keith Johnson. Johnson is their premier back, 5'11", 200-pound senior, and he can do a lot of things that you wouldn't normally expect the fullback to be able to do. Had 129 yards on the ground last week and a loss to Pulaski County for Christiansburg, but he was certainly a guy that they went to 25 times in that ball game.
Absolutely. My office is Christiansburg Middle School, so I've watched a lot of these kids come up through the system, come up through Christiansburg, and they certainly have a team full of excellent athletes and good kids. They're 5-4 in the football season, but anytime they've got the speed, they've got something to play as hard as they do, well coached by Coach Farmer, you're going to win the football game. They certainly have. And they'll be ready to play Blacksburg tonight, I'm sure. They've had a couple of football games earlier this year too, where they've had over 400 yards rushing in a football game.
Yeah.
So that's just an indication of the back, fullback, Johnson, about how good they really are.
Give you the starting lineups here. Did you catch who won the toss?
I didn't.
I didn't either. Go ahead and give us the offensive starters here for Blacksburg tonight, sir.
Starting at wide receivers, number 21, Eric Howell. The other wide receivers, number 9, Ricky Sowers. Left tackle, number 69, Stephen Ball. Left guard, number 61, Michael Smollett. The center is the senior, big number 56, Devin Skinner. Right guard at 6'4", 295 pounds, Dale Davis. Right tackle, number 73, Zach Boyer. Tight ends, number 88, Adam Bronze. Quarterback, of course, number 12, Trey Gresh. Fullbacks, Antoine Martin. Tailbacks, number 31, David Bales.
And Spencer Link, along with Chris Price, back deep to receive this kickoff as we are underway here tonight. Price fields it at about his own 3. He'll bring it up across the 5, spins at the 10, and gets drilled there by a Christiansburg defender there on the return. Not a whole lot for Price, is maybe about 7 yards on that. And this Christiansburg defense will come out onto the football field against this Blacksburg offense, led at quarterback by Trey Gresh, the senior. Gresh on the season, 75 of 147. 5 interceptions to 10 touchdowns. He has a passer rating of 124.8. And in 8 games this season, that's what he's been able to do. Of course, the one game he missed was perhaps the biggest one at the time against Salem when he had that groin injury. About 95% tonight, though, and he is ready to go. He'll lead the offense onto the field. Gresh will hand the ball off here on the first possession to the tailback. That is John Jennings on the carry as he bowls his way forward up to about the 28-yard, or excuse me, the number 28 bowls his way forward up to about the 10-yard line. It's a little early to start getting words mixed here. It's a 2nd down and 7 after a gain of 3.
Yeah, and the kickoff by Christiansburg was really good with 9 deep. Chris Price didn't have many run lanes to pick from, and he got tackled on the 9. So Blacksburg's offense is starting in the own shadow of the end zone here. So we'll see. You need to get that first drive under your belt and get the ball down the field.
Ball on the 11-yard line here at Blacksburg. They'll hand it off again. Again, it goes to Jennings trying to turn the corner around the near side. It does. Breakaway speed down the near sideline. He's shoved out of bounds at about the 35. Huge pickup there on the ground for John Jennings. And I tell you, I don't see a whole lot of guys like Jennings that can turn the corner as quick as he can with that kind of speed.
Right. Christiansburg, they like to run a three-stack defense right there. It's tough to run inside, but if you can get outside and get around the corner, you can pick up big chunks. John did right there on that play. John, a good open field runner for Blacksburg.
24 yards on that pickup. They'll go 4 wide here on first down from their own 35. Gresh out of the shotgun will hand it off to Bales as he gets his first carry of the night. About a 3-yard pickup to the left side. We'll bring up 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7 here for the Bruins. Let's give you a look at the defensive starters here tonight for Christiansburg. As you said, they run that 3-stack defense. The ends will be Brent Bostwick and Aaron Lincoln for Lincoln Hoker. Thank you for Christiansburg. The nose tackle will be Dante Hayden. We'll give you the linebackers here after this next play as Blacksburg will go from the I. It's actually a gain of 4 on that last play, 2nd and 6 as they give it off to Jennings. Jennings tries to turn the corner around the far side of the field. That time gets knocked down in the backfield for perhaps a loss of yardage there. We'll bring up a 3rd down and long situation here. Linebackers for Christiansburg tonight. The outside backers are Mike Miller and Tyler Tennyson. The inside backers will be Patrick Lyon and Zach Weller, as well as Ethan Dickerson. And your secondary at free safety, Scott Hampton. The corners are DJ Palmer and Travis Hudson.
Yeah, Weller inside, he's a good one. He started for Christiansburg as a freshman. So we'll have to keep an eye on him, see if he's carrying Gresh.
All right, 3rd and 11. Gresh under pressure, dropping back to throw. Now going to take off himself. First down and more as he crosses the 45, scampers out of bounds at about the 48 of Blacksburg, far side of the field as the Bruins move it from left to right on your radio dial. 9:45 to go here in the opening quarter, and the Bruins have another set of downs here.
Yeah, that time, like I just said, Weller was mirroring Gresh, but Gresh's speed is deceptive. He runs a 4.5 40, and that time Weller couldn't get a good angle and couldn't catch Gresh, and he gets a nice gain for the first down.
Opening possession here for Blacksburg. 1st and 10 from its own 48. Ball on the far hash. And 3 receivers this time for the Bruins as 4 receivers, Gresh out of the shotgun, rolling out to his right, pass on the run, incomplete. Intended for David Bales, who was on the move. The coverage in there provided that time by number 20, that's Jared Looney. Will bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, got a dangerous pass there. Looney kind of robbed underneath and come underneath David Bales out in the flats. Luckily, it wasn't picked off, because if he had picked it off, it may have been a foot race to the end zone. So, Gresh still threaded the needle with it, though. Got it right there where David had a chance to catch it, just distracted by that outside linebacker.
4 wide receivers here on 2nd and 10. Gresh out of the gun, high snap. He'll take it himself. Scampers up the middle, and not much there. Maybe a gain of 2. Will bring up 3rd down and 8. Now we see that high snap again here this week. We saw Devin Skinner struggle at times with that last week as well.
And it cost us several times. We lost big chunks of yardage on the snaps over Gresh's head and so forth. But when the snap's high like that, Gresh has to jump. It disrupts the timing of your play. And sometimes the hold there, by the time you get the handoff or get a run off, it slows back up again. So you got to get the snap out and make sure it's good.
Again, they go 4 wide on 3rd and 7. Gresh from the gun, looking to throw, in trouble. Gresh eludes one tackler, going to take off himself. Throws on the run, pass batted down, almost intercepted. Scott Hampton in there on the coverage. Pass was intended, I believe, for Sowers that time. We'll bring up a 4th down and long here for Blacksburg, and after getting a couple of first downs, they'll have to kick it away from about midfield.
Yeah, Gresh probably should have just kept that one and run. I believe he could have easily picked up the first down on that play, but seniors trying to make a big play right there, trying to thread the needle in, but nevertheless, it's still a good drive for Blacksburg because it establishes field position here as long as you get a good punt and coverage on.
Casper Violet stands at his own 36. Here's the snap. The kick on the way spirals down to about the 18-yard line of Christiansburg and rolls out of bounds Down to about the 12 is where they'll spot that one. So a great kick there from Violette as he kicked it away from the return man. With 9:02 to go in the first quarter, no score. Christiansburg takes over deep in its own territory.
Yeah, the keys tonight on defense for Blacksburg is, of course, Johnson, the fullback. If you don't stop the fullback and he gets to running north and south, it can make a long night for your defense. So big matchup between Blacksburg's defensive tackles and that center and two-guard combination for Christiansburg. We'll see how Blacksburg does.
We'll give you the Christiansburg starters here in a moment. They're led at quarterback by sophomore Stephen Wills. More on him in a moment. Wills going to drop back to throw it here on first down. Throws across his body and almost intercepted, in and out of the hands of Terrence Travis. I don't know if there's such a thing as being too wide open. Travis jumped the route beautifully, had the ball in his hands and let it down.
Probably could have walked in the end zone with it too. That's an unfortunate break for Blacksburg right there. Good play by Terrence, so reading that play action and not coming up and biting on the run, but staying back and covering his man out here in the flats. And it couldn't hit him in the hands any better right there.
Second down and 10 here for Christiansburg. We'll see if they keep it on the ground this time as they run this wing tee offense. A man in motion. And the handoff comes around the near side this time. Across the 20 is the ball carrier. That is number 32. That's Greg Lee. On the carry that time. Tackle made by Sowers.
All right, that's what they call the jet sweep play right there out of the wing tee. They'll send that wing in motion. Quarterback just takes the snap, gives him a quick handoff, and he comes around the end. They'll have two guards pull. They'll have a short trapper and a long trapper on that play. So, good play by Christiansburg to pick up that first down and kind of get out of the hole there.
Ball in the near hash from the 26. First and 10 for Christiansburg. Here's a handoff. It goes to Johnson. Johnson, first down and more, crosses the 40 out to the 45 and tripped up at about the 46, 47-yard line. Keith Johnson, the fullback, the premier back here for Christiansburg, picks up a chunk of yardage up to the 47. That's a gain of 21. Will bring up first and 10 here for Christiansburg.
Yeah, and if you like for defense, that's exactly what you don't want to see. You can't allow that to happen. So, got to toughen up inside. The fullback's the one you got to stop in this offense and string up those wingbacks to the sidelines and use that as another defender.
So that gets it out to close to midfield from the Christiansburg 47 on first and 10. Here's Johnson again. First down and more. Gets a block. Crosses the 30 down to the 20. Foot race with Terrence Travis, who brings him down from behind out of bounds to about the 10-yard line of Blacksburg. That's going to be a pickup of 43 yards on that carry for Johnson, who now has it down into the Blacksburg red zone. This will be about first and goal situation here from the 10. Another huge hole there for Johnson.
Yeah, there was nobody in there for Blacksburg that time. Everybody got rushed in inside. That short trapper took that on the end, and he was off to the races with nobody in front of him. So Coach Sheeler, I'm sure, will have to adjust to that.
They hand it off again to Johnson, who tries to come off the right tackle that time. Not much there, though, as the Bruins block the hole. Only a gain of about 2 that time. Will bring up second and goal. Let's introduce you here quickly to the Christiansburg offense. Again, the sophomore quarterback is Stephen Wills. The fullback is the senior Keith Johnson. The the halfbacks, Ryan Fisher and Greg Lee. Your receivers are Forrest Rush and Tahid Broom. And the offensive line, the tackles tonight, Nick Kreiner, also Kevin Meredith. Your guards are Evan Lincoln Hoker. As Johnson takes this one around the near side, is shoved out of bounds, or did he get into the end zone? No, he did not. Terrence Travis with a nice play to shove the ball carrier out of bounds there and keep him out of the end zone. We'll bring up a third down situation here as the rest of that offensive line tonight, Brent Bostwick and Matt Charlo is your center.
Yeah, that was Greg Lee again on that jet sweep back into the boundary over here on the Blacksburg side of the football field. He got outside and turned the corner. So a lot of weapons on this Christiansburg offense and a lot of play action, misdirection involved with it too. So everybody needs to just read their keys, settle down a little bit, stay at home, and play a little hard against defense.
Third down and goal here from the Blacksburg 3. Big possession here with 7:17 to go. And the handoff goes around the right side and slipping through into the end zone for the touchdown. Who was that on the carry?
Johnson.
Was it Johnson? Okay. Keith Johnson, the fullback, gets into the end zone. His first touchdown of the week puts Christiansburg up 6-0 here with the extra point on the way. Didn't take him long.
No, it didn't. They just went right down the field on us right there. So got a lot of work we need to do here and adjust to it.
And the extra point attempt is good. Awful Arthur's extra point sails through the uprights there from Brad Cox, the senior. And with 7:13 to go here in this opening quarter, your score, Christiansburg 7, Blacksburg nothing. We'll step aside for 30 seconds and be back with the ensuing kickoff after this. .13 to go, opening quarter, 7-0 Christiansburg after they cap off about a 90-yard drive on that opening possession for them. So a couple of long runs there from Keith Johnson, and just like that, they have the lead as Brad Cox will kick it off here.
And it didn't take them long to get down the field and score either. So.
Terrence Travis back deep to receive along with Spencer Link, Chris Price. Cox puts this one in the air, end over end kick, and Travis is going to watch this one bounce out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Blacksburg will take over here at its own 20, again with 7:13 to go here in the opening quarter. And that's one of the things we talked about with Dave Christ earlier today, was this defense and trying to get them, I guess, to come out a little bit stronger than what they have been over here the last couple of weeks, because it's been a lot of a big offensive showcase here over the last couple of ball games in the opening moments.
Absolutely, big plays called against Hidden Valley. Put 26 points on the board in the first half.
Yeah.
So, the one thing you got to do is a little bit on defense. The offense needs to answer.
Gresh will hand this ball off in the backfield to the tailback, Jennings. He gets a couple of yards on the carry there, falling forward. Maybe a gain of 2 they'll give him, up to the 22-yard line here at Blacksburg, and that'll bring up 2nd and 8 here, just under 7 minutes.
Yeah, big possession here for Blacksburg's offense now. You give your defense a break for a little bit after that long drive by Christiansburg. Give them a chance to regroup and move this football down the field.
Violet and Sauer split out wide to the left. It'll be Gresh under center, out of the eye here on 2nd and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Gresh rolling out, throws on the run. Pass is caught up to the 30. On the reception, Violet that time. He is knocked out of bounds as soon as he hauls it in, and very close to the first down marker. In fact, he did get enough. They signal first down here for the Bruins. It'll be a pickup of about 9 there on the catch.
Christiansburg still not got the defense. Outside. The defensive backs aren't even looking correct in the pocket. They're just watching the receivers. And what they're doing is they're bringing a lot of heat inside. You kind of saw a little bit of that against Graham, earlier in the year, putting pressure on Gresh. See how we can adapt to it.
4 wide this time, trips to the near side. High snap for Gresh, who's in trouble. Running, throwing, and pass is caught by Sowers. Sowers has some running room as he crosses midfield. Gets past the 40, stiff arm to the 35, and he's dropped at about the 32 by a wave of Christiansburg defenders. Huge pickup there, though, on that pass play from Gresh to Ricky Sowers.
Strong throw by number 12, quarterback Trey Gresh. Right to Sowers, good catch, good throw, good run. Good game for Blacksburg's offense. Trying to answer Christiansburg's first drive right here and move the football down the field. 38 yards on that pass play from Gresh to Sowers. That'll take it down to the Christiansburg 32. 1st and 10 with 6:05 to go in the opening quarter. 2 wide receivers this time. Back to the I formation they go. Gresh, 3-step drop, pressure coming. Going to have to roll out to his right. Throws on the run. Pass deflected and knocked down to the ground. Incomplete. In on the deflection was number 21, Zach Weller for Christiansburg. And we'll bring up 2nd and 10 here. Nice play by Weller. Yeah, once again, Weller's he's got one responsibility tonight, and that's mirror and Gresh. If he rolls out of the pocket, Weller's going to come and force either make him run the football or make a pass. So, Trey put that in the back of his mind there. Weller's left his feet when he threw the football. He gives him a pump fake right there and may be able to get around him and pick up some good yardage for Blacksburg with him playing man coverage with their defensive back.
On 2nd and 10, it's Trips to the far side. Gresh out of the shotgun. Gresh scampering on the run. Looked like maybe an option read that time. Now Gresh cuts back left, fires. Pass is complete to Sowers. Flag down. Sowers down at the 10. Looks like this is going to be pass interference. Now the question is on who?
Yeah, I don't know. The officials bringing this thing all the way back. I don't know if we're going to call pass interference on Blacksburg or what. It's kind of odd place for them to throw a flag on that particular play.
As it stands, Sowers gets down to the 10-yard line. That'd be a pickup of about 22 yards, but let's see what the call is here.
Yeah, it's pass interference on Blacksburg.
Wow. So that'll hurt. The Bruins lose some yards here on that play. They're going to take this one all the way back here to, it's going to be about midfield, isn't it? Close to it.
Pretty much. We went from about the 9-yard line right there all the way back to our 47. So
wow.
About a 38-yard penalty right there.
So it'll be second down and eternity here for Blacksburg.
Well, and we'll see what they can come up with.
Second down and 23 yards to go.
Put that in the triple formation to the left. And one thing if you're Blacksburg is you don't have to get it all back at once. You know, you can get half of it here and half the other half on third down.
Gresh out of the gun. Here's the snap. Gresh, pressure coming, fires over the middle. Pass complete to Eric Half. He gets the back to about the original line of scrimmage. He's brought down there by Weller at about the 30-yard line. So a nice pickup there of about 13, 14 yards. We'll make this a third down and about 9, third down and 8 situation here. Excuse me, fourth down, isn't it? They just signaled fourth down on the far side of the field.
Yeah, I thought that was a second down play right there.
I did too.
So something to
it is third down here because Blacksburg's coming out 4 wide. They've got fourth on the marker though. Gresh going to float this one up here, looking for Brian Miller. The pass is incomplete. In on the coverage, number 34, Tyler Tennyson for Christiansburg. Now Blacksburg offense comes to the sideline, or a lot of them do.
They signaled first down for Christiansburg now. So, is offensive pass interference and loss of down?
I don't think it is.
Nevertheless, Christiansburg's going to be taking over possession.
Well, the scoreboard had indicated that was a third down play. I usually go by the down marker who said it was fourth down, and the down marker was right. So, first and 10 here from Christiansburg from its own 29. Wills hands off straight up the gut, and that's Johnson on the carry. He gets about 5 on that one, just between the tackles, nothing fancy. Gets it up to about the 34-yard line here of Christiansburg. Will bring up second down.
Yeah, still big game. Anytime you can get 45 yards on a first down play, it puts your offense in pretty good shape. And as far as the rest of the downs here, there's a lot of weapons on this Christiansburg offense, so you've got to find a way to slow them down.
Second and 6. Wills will hand it off again. Johnson, big hole to the left. First down and more. Crosses the 45. Now cuts back to the 50. Gets finally gang tackled there by Terrence Travis and a couple other Blacksburg defenders all the way down to the 48-yard line of Blacksburg. Big pickup on that play. We'll bring up first and 10 here in Blacksburg territory with 4:05 to go. Now I wonder, did the scoreboard have any bearing on the play call there at Blacksburg?
I don't know. He threw a deep fade all the way to the end zone right there. I don't know if he thought it was third or fourth.
I didn't see any argument from Blacksburg, so I would think not. As this ball going to be handed off here to Johnson. Good pursuit by Eric Half. Wraps him up in the backfield. Johnson was trying to turn that far side corner, and he is dropped for a loss of 2.
Yeah, that was the wingback Ryan Fisher.
Excuse me, Fisher. Yeah.
They all have the 22, 23, and the 32. Fisher showing he's got good speed too. He is first to make the play. Good play by House staying at home and reading his keys, and brings up a second and long for Christiansburg.
Christiansburg 2 wide this time. Wills under center. We'll hand it off. This is going to be Johnson up to about the 45 of Blacksburg. Pick up a 5 on that carry. We'll make it a third down situation here. Brocken in on the stop.
Johnson hits the hole so quick.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, it's tough to tell what where he's at and what he's doing.
Third down and 7. Ball to the Blacksburg 46, right smack dab in the middle of the football field here. 2:43 to go opening quarter. Christiansburg leading 7-0. It's their second offensive possession of the game. Wells under center, man in motion. He'll hand it off. This is Johnson again. Johnson breaks a tackle, gets up to the 40 though. Nothing more for him. Needed 7, got about 5 on that carry, and will bring up a 4th down here for Christiansburg.
And the way Christiansburg's been moving the football, I'm sure Coach Kermer will have to say he'll go for this right here. And we can expect to see number 23 with the football. He's bringing Zach Weller in the football game out too. So he's got a bigger lineman in here on 4th and about 2.5.
Weller plays both sides, linebacker, also at halfback here for Christiansburg. Spreading it out this time, and a quick handoff here. And the ball carrier, number 32, Greg Lee, met in the backfield by Blacksburg. Nothing doing there. Loss of yardage on the play, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Blacksburg gets the ball back.
Yeah, that time they kind of overloaded one side and tried to run a jet sweep to that side. It may have been a favorite that he did, the way Johnson's been running all tackles up the middle. But nevertheless, good stop by Blacksburg's defense. Minute 51 to go in the first quarter. Down by 7. Offense has moved the ball reasonably well. It's just all down on their first 2 drives.
2 receivers, Gresh under center. He'll send Violet in motion. The handoff, it goes to Jennings. Jennings fighting for yardage, gets it up to about the 44, but nothing more. A couple of yards on that carry will bring up 2nd down. And we talk about Jennings. Jennings, a guy that wasn't cleared to play until last Thursday, thus saw limited action in that game last week against Hidden Valley, but David Bell's really picking up the slack with a 239-yard performance.
Absolutely. We talked about it before, how Bells hits the hole probably a little bit quicker than John, but John, when he gets in open field, has more breakaway speed than David, so it's a good 1-2 punch in the backfield.
Spread formation, they hand off to Bales. Bales slips as he crosses the line of scrimmage, maybe got a yard or so on that carry. And I don't know that he was really going to have a whole lot to work with anyway. Maybe he was trying to cut back there on that play. Here's 3rd down.
Right, Christiansburg's got 6 people inside there, between the tackles in that 3-stack defense. So it's a little bit tough to get inside, but one thing about it is, as much pressure as they bring, you can get by that first line, you got a lot of room to run. So.
3rd and 6 from the Blacksburg 46. Ball in the near hash. 2 receivers from the I formation goes Blacksburg. Christiansburg showing blitz. Here they come. Gresh in trouble. Going to step up into the pocket. Tries to call his own number. Gets shoestring tackled across the line of scrimmage that time. And he'll be well short of the 1st down marker. And on the stop for Christiansburg was number 21. Again, that's the linebacker, Zach Weller. And this will bring up about a 4th and 4 here for Blacksburg as they'll punt this away. Clock ticking down, though. 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll see if they get the punt off before the end of the quarter. Down to 10 seconds now. Violet standing at his own 34-yard line. It looks like Blacksburg's going to be content to let this thing run down, but now the refs blow the whistle here with 3.6 seconds to go. Stop the clock for a moment. Now they're signaling to restart it. What's going on here?
The back judge back here was wanting to reset the 25-second play clock, but it had more time on it than the game clock did. So I don't know the first quarter.
Yeah. Play clock would be dead at that point, and now the quarter ticks down to 0. So we'll see a Blacksburg punt here on the other side of this timeout. We'll go to the second quarter. Christiansburg with the lead, 7-0. They'll get the ball back after this.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
Podcasting.
Podcasting?
Haven't you heard? The technological wave is hitting the mainland, and we're running ahead of the curve. Casting pods onto the computer screen help you keep in line with the times. You know, podcasting.
That's not podcasting. This is podcasting.
Go to blacksburg.gov on the web and click on the green bar labeled WTOB Online Television. Then choose from the categories on the left to find your show. Next, choose if it's an audio or video podcast that best meets your needs. And finally, choose the particular show you wish to download. Or you can subscribe. It's easy. And far less messy than the alternative.
Well, we go to the second quarter, 7-0, Christiansburg on top. Blacksburg with the football at their own 49-yard line, but a 4th and 4, they'll have to punt it away. As Casper Violet stands at his own 33, back deep to receive it is Tahid Broom, the junior, who stands at his own 20. Here's the snap. Close to being blocked, but Violet gets it off. Broom will drift back and catch this one at about the 14 and fights forward up to about the 16, but the Blacksburg Bruins meet him there. A lot of hats to the ball carrier quickly. And just like that, that's where Christiansburg will take over on downs here. You know, we talk about Blacksburg's offense. A couple of these drives have been stalled by the pressure that Christiansburg has been able to get with that three-stack defense.
Absolutely, and that's the way that defense is designed. It's a pressure-style defense. They're sending 2 linebackers every play, taking Weller on the inside and leaving him to mirror crash, and they've been getting some pressure on him. So, you know, we'll have to see how they can adapt and adjust to that, and I'm sure they practice for it all week.
1st and 10 from the 15. Here's the handoff. It goes straight ahead here to Johnson, who gets it up to about 20. That's a gain of 5 there on 1st down. And he averaged 5 yards a carry last week against Pulaski. I dare say he's in that neighborhood here tonight, if not more so.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a big first quarter, and he's just a tough back to stop. Great distance runner, one of the best in the River Ridge. And, you know, again, it's a tall task for Blacksburg's defense. But, again, you read your keys, stay at home, don't pay any attention to all the misdirection in play.
And the handoff goes, no, they fake the handoff this time. Will's on the run, fires complete to Lee up across the 30-yard line. That's good enough for the 1st down. As Lee gets bumped out of bounds there, a pickup of about 12 on that pass play. We'll bring up 1st and 10 here for Christiansburg. You talk about Stephen Wills. He's a 6-foot sophomore, a very young quarterback. Had 3 interceptions last week against Pulaski County. And Tim Cromer, the head coach of the Blue Demons, had to pull him aside after the game and say, look, you're still a good quarterback, and we still believe in you. And he's a guy that can still go out there and make plays, has a bright future in front of him.
Right. Made a lot of quarterbacks look that way.
Yeah, no kidding. Johnson, handoff straight ahead. Has some room to work with between the tackles. Gets ahead to about the 45-yard line. That's a pickup of 12 or 13. Actually, probably closer to 14. They spot him up to, actually, no, they spot him to the 47 this time of Christiansburg. So gain of about, what was it, 12 on that carry?
Probably so, yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So 1st and 10 here. Another 1st down for Christiansburg. They have moved the ball with ease here so far tonight. Again from the wing tee, and the handoff goes to number 22. That's tailback Ryan Fisher, who gets about a yard or so off tackle to the near side. And we'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 situation here.
Yeah, I was wondering how long it was going to be until we saw that. That's that inside reverse play where they actually give it to Lee, and then Lee hands it back off to Fisher coming around the other way on count of the counter action.
8 yards to go.
It plays inside tight, you know, reverse action and trying to catch Blacksburg over pursuing, but people stayed at home, so that's good for Blacksburg's defense.
2 receivers far side, and again they send Lee in motion. They hand off to Johnson. Johnson met around the left side. Brandon Brodkin in on the stop that time.
It's about the first time tonight we've actually got a good spot on Johnson, and Brandon Brodkin doing a good job scraping off in the hole and filling the gap for Blacksburg there. So no gain on the play, 3rd and long, about 8.5 probably for the 1st down.
Something like that. It's a long or short 9, I guess I should say. And we haven't seen them in a lot of 3rd down and long situations tonight.
Coach Schuler's made some adjustments here. We'll see how well they work.
Again from the wing tee, 2 receivers far side here, and they fake the handoff. Will's on the run. Sunshine with pressure. Pass complete. And taking a shot is Lee from Eric Half. Ball back to about the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard more. This will bring up 4th down here. But a big hit from Eric Half. He just laid the wood after that pass was completed.
Yeah, Coach Schuler anticipated some type of play action like that. He took Brockton and put him on the line, moved Sunshine down inside, and had him outnumbered on that side. So good job of Blacksburg's defense.
Cox in to punt. High spiraling kick. Beautiful kick. Travis going to have to let that one bounce down inside the 5-yard line, down to the 1. Unbelievable kick, unbelievable play down on the other end. Who got a hand on that? Was that Dickerson?
That was DJ Palmer down there.
Palmer.
Christiansburg. So, what a kick. Cox is an excellent place kicker. He can kick it a long way. He's a good punter. We saw him put the kick off 3/4 way through the end zone on their touchdown, after their touchdown score. And he really launched that one for a punt. That thing, it went out of the lights.
That's about as high as I've seen one kicked in high school football. That was some kind of punt. 8:22 to go here in the first half. 7-0. Christiansburg leading Blacksburg. Coming up at half, Sean Belowski back in the studios tonight. We'll have your halftime high school update. Sure, a Salem-Pulaski score will be within that. Also, Cave Spring, Hidden Valley, as well as other games around the region. Maybe even a little college football preview tomorrow. Some good games, LSU and Alabama.
You need to tell Sean to call you on your cell phone. Give us an update on that Pulaski-Salem game. They were expecting, a lot of people over there. I was talking to Peter Anderson, who's the assistant principal at Pulaski County High School. There were like 3 radio stations coming, 2 or 3 different television stations for Game of the Week. WSLS, I think, was providing food and so forth. So a lot of stuff going on tonight at the Cougars Den over in Pulaski County.
Yeah, it's going to be such a great matchup. I talked to Jeff King a couple weeks ago, the Carolina Panthers. Of course, he's a former Pulaski County Cougar as well, and he was excited about the 9-0 start. Here's 1st and 10 from its own 1. Gresh going to float this one in the air and caught up to the 30-yard line by Eric Half. Actually, they'll spot him down to the 32. Big pass play on 1st down from Gresh to Half. Gets the Bruins out of the hole and gets them with decent field position here. So often they say 1st down's the best down to throw on, and Blacksburg executes that time.
Did you see how tight it was spiral that ball was?
That was beautiful.
He just laid it right over the defensive back's head, only where Eric House could catch it. What a great touch pass by Gresh.
4 receivers from the gun, and here's the handoff to Bells, who lost the handle on the football, and now we got bodies falling out of there up here to about the 37. And this is going to be Christiansburg football. David Bales with the turnover there that time. Someone got a hand on it and just knocked it away, and just like that, the momentum gets sucked out of the Blacksburg offense.
Yeah, again, mistakes hurt us last week against Hidden Valley, and here's a big one, early in this football game. So hopefully your defense can step up to the challenge here and not hurt you. We saw David carry the football almost 40 times last week, and I don't think he put it on the ground one time. So, give him credit, though. He's in there fighting for more yardage.
Up from the Blacksburg 37, it's a handoff straight ahead to Johnson. Johnson stood up. Forward progress stopped. They'll mark him down at the line of scrimmage. Antoine Martin, the first man to meet him. This will be 2nd down and 10 now for Christiansburg, as the Blacksburg defense is going to have to fight back here with 8.5 to go in the half.
Yeah, it looks like they've tightened up a little bit here, too. Coach Sheeler's made some good adjustments on defense, and Johnson's not hurting them quite as bad as he was there in the first quarter. So hopefully they figure something out here and can maintain and keep him in check for the rest of this football game.
2nd and 10. Ball in the near hash as the Blue Demons move from left to right on your radio dial. Down to 8 minutes. Handoff straight ahead. Juking and jiving his way up to about the 27-yard line that time. Number 21, that was Zach Weller on the carry, the halfback.
Yeah, that's the counter play back inside where Johnson goes to use him as a decoy, and they bring that wingback back inside and counter it back with a tight end and tackle from the backside. So good play, good call by Coach Cromer right there. Brings up the 3rd and 1, and probably going to see Mr. Johnson get it this time.
Quick scoreboard update for you in the 2nd quarter. Pulaski County leads Salem 7-3, but Salem knocking on the door is what we're told. We'll give you some more scores here in a moment. On a 3rd and 1, quarterback keeper Wills falls forward, gets the necessary yardage, it appears, for the 1st down, but no indication yet. Now they mark it 1st and 10 for Christiansburg. The ball will be down to the 26-yard line of Blacksburg on the near hash. Other scores: Radford up 7-6 over Floyd in the 1st quarter. And see, Harrisonburg leading William Byrd 13-7 in the second. Liberty shutting out Lord Botetourt 14-0. Hidden Valley and Cave Springs scoreless at the end of the first. Here's a handoff. It goes to Lee around the far side. Breaks a couple of tackles. Gets up to about the 16 of Blacksburg. Close to the first down marker. Big pickup there on first down of 9 yards.
Yeah, great jet sweep to the left that time with Lee. Lee got good speed here in Travis. Making the tackle there, saving the touchdown for Blacksburg. So, again, we've said it all night about the weapons that Christiansburg has. They can get you from any direction and misdirection to go with it. So.
6:43 to go here in this first half. 7-0 Christiansburg threatening again, though. Handoff goes to Johnson. Johnson trying to break a hole here around the near side. Gets shoved out of bounds by Travis at about the 5. Johnson just finding his way through traffic that time and making a way where there really was none.
Yeah, got a penalty. That was Ryan Fisher, though, and wingback.
Excuse me, Fisher.
Jet sweep back this way. Yeah, it'll be tough to keep Fisher, Lee, and Johnson.
It's too many darn backs in that backfield.
They all have 2s and they all have 3s on their jerseys. But yeah, that's what's causing Blacksburg's defense trouble too. Is the misdirection that comes with this particular style of offense. So
this one's going to come back though. This penalty was on Christiansburg. They're going to move this thing back all the way to the 24-yard line here of Blacksburg. Did you catch the call?
It was holding.
Holding, okay. Thank you. Better eyes than mine. 1st and 10. And off straight ahead. Not much there. Maybe a yard on that carry that time. That was Johnson.
Yes, see, Blacksburg's jamming it up inside now, trying to shut down Johnson. And it's opened things up a little bit now out on the corner for the wings on that jet sweep, which is why they've been successful the last couple of plays they've run it. So we'll see, what kind of other adjustments we see throughout the game. It's like a big chess match, trying to figure out what the other guy's going to do.
Second down and a long ways to go here. There's the reverse handoff, goes around the far side to DJ Palmer. Palmer, helicopter to the ground by Evan Sunshine. That'll be a loss of about 7 yards all the way back to the 32. Actually closer to 10 yards on that loss. Third down and eternity now.
Christiansburg had receivers out in a route. I believe that was going to be a reverse pass. Palmer's the backup quarterback for Christiansburg. And it kind of looked like he really wasn't running full speed, almost like he was looking to throw the football down the field. So Coach Sheeler and the Blacksburg defense needs to be aware that when he's out here lined up like that, he is the backup quarterback and can throw it.
Third down coming up, and 24 yards.
This is 3rd and 24. All the way back to the 30. 3-step drop. Will's going to throw this one up down the far sideline. Pass incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was number 18.
Number 19.
19, excuse me.
Yeah, Wills threw a pretty good ball right there. I'm not so sure that ball should have been caught, but good effort by both the Blacksburg defender and Hudson from Christiansburg for going up and trying to get that football.
They're going to set up for a field goal here. This is going to be a heck of a long field goal.
48 yards.
Cox in to kick it. Good snap, hold, kick on the way. Hooked it just wide to the left, but I tell you what, he had the darn distance on it.
Yeah, he can kick. He can kick up to about a 55-yard field goal. I was watching him in pregame warm-ups, and he's not Cody Jornell, but he's not far behind.
I'm going to say Cody Jornell, the senior from Giles, on his way to Virginia Tech next year. So that drive stalls out after a couple of after a penalty and one botched play in the backfield there for Christiansburg. Blacksburg will take over now at its own 20 after the missed field goal. Let's see if the Blacksburg offense can get it going here. The offensive line really needs to step up and try to get some protection out there for Gresh on this drive. 4 wide receivers. Gresh from the gun. He'll hand it off to Bales. Bales spins off one tackler. He's going to be dropped, though, for a loss of a yard on this carry. Christiansburg quickly in with the pressure that time from numbers 55, 50 Brent Bostwick, and number 55, Dante Hayden.
Yeah, Christiansburg's want to bring the pressure. So that's Christiansburg's style of defense.
121-13.
From the 20. Second down and 10 here. I formation, 3-step drop for Gresh. Fires on and gets the pass complete to Violet, who crosses the 30-yard line. Going to be wrapped up and brought down there by Palmer after a pickup of 12. That'll be enough to move the sticks here for Blacksburg. And we'll get it up to about the 32-yard line here with 4:15 to go in this second quarter. It's still a 7-0 Christiansburg lead, but a nice pass play there from Blacksburg to move the sticks. Now two wide receivers come on this next play. 3-step drop again for Gresh. He'll throw this one up, intended for Price. Pass incomplete. On the coverage, it's Chris Smith who upended Price from behind that time. Will bring up second down.
Broken up by Chris Smith.
Good play. He undercut him right there. Gresh kind of left him up in the air a little bit. But
At the 33-yard line.
Ball up to the 33. Far side hash marker. Blacksburg moving from right to left. On 2nd and 10. I formation. This time they'll hand it off to Jennings. Jennings stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
John Jennings on the carry.
Nothing doing there as this Christiansburg defense continues to be aggressive here, continues to be very quick to the ball carrier.
Last tackle.
3rd down and 10.
too many people inside. It's hard to run inside on Christiansburg. So they got a lot of folks stacked up in there.
Same formation, 2 receivers near side. Eric Half in the slot. They'll fake the handoff, play action. Gresh rolling out, throws on the run. Pass caught by Eric Half. No, they say out of bounds. That would have been almost all the way down to the Christiansburg 40. Now in high school, you only have to have 1 foot in bounds. It looked like Half had 1 foot in there.
Yeah, I wonder if we can get a challenge or instant replay on that.
Has Chris got the red flag down there?
I don't know. I'm looking at our television monitor over there. It's not on. Of course, we don't have instant replay anyhow. But
Christiansburg might have caught a break there, but they'll take it, I'm sure. Violet will have to kick this one away. Violet punts it. Line drive kick going to be bobbled at the 30 and fallen on by Christiansburg's number 19, Travis Hudson. That was a near big-time mistake for Christiansburg, but they recover and keep the ball at its own 30.
Important possession now for Blacksburg's defense. You don't want to allow Christiansburg to go down the field here and score with only 3:29 to go in the half. So you'd like to keep them
For a second, we've got a clock malfunction. I hope you're keeping time on the field.
Listening to the PA announcer here, they've got a clock malfunction on the scoreboard. So trying to figure out what's wrong with it.
And now they're going to have an official timeout down here on the field to try to get this sorted out. Right now the clock on the scoreboard shows 3:29 to go in this quarter, but I think that's been stopped for a while now, so now they're going to have to try to keep the time on the field and get this clock situation figured out here. Meanwhile, we got a scoreboard update for you in the second quarter. Salem leads Pulaski County 10-7. And again, at last check, some other scores here for you. Radford 7, Floyd 6. That was in the first quarter. Harrisonburg leading William Byrd 13-7 in the second. Liberty was shutting out Lord Botetourt early on, 14-0. And Hidden Valley and Cave Springs scoreless at the end of the first. Those are the last updates we have for you. As now the scoreboard has gone blank here. Again, we're drawn near to the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, while we got a break here, you know, it's only about 3:20 to go in the half, but some first quarter numbers from this football game. Christiansburg had 8 first downs. Blacksburg had 6. Christiansburg rushed the football 23 times for 151 yards. Blacksburg rushed it 13 times for 56 yards. passing-wise, Blacksburg had 129 yards, Christiansburg had 13. So offensive totals, Blacksburg had 185 yards total offense, and Christiansburg had 164. Now I've been told that that's current right now. So actually, that's where we're at this point in time in the football game. So Keith Johnson, he's right now got 13 carries for 121 yards already.
He's well on his way to a 200-yard night, it would appear.
Yeah, Jennings has got 6 carries for 26 yards. Trey Gresh has 3 carries for 20 yards.
David Bell's also with 4 for 10. It's a far cry off from what he had at this point a week ago, I'm sure.
Right. Ricky Sowers has 2 receptions for 59 yards. Eric Half has 2 receptions for 49 yards. Casper Violet has 2 receptions for 21 yards. So, good numbers for Blacksburg up to this point. He's got, more yardage actually than what Christiansburg does. But Christiansburg, like I said, in that first drive went, what was it, about 90 yards or 92 yards in a matter of
90 yards down the field on that opening drive. It seems like they've had maybe the quicker drives here tonight. But, Blacksburg, they've been able to move the ball well, at least, for a couple of downs. They'll get a couple first downs, and then the drive will just stall out once Christiansburg's able to apply the pressure to Gresh, make him throw on the run. That's, Gresh is pretty good at that, but that's not ideally where you want to be as a quarterback.
Right. And, again, we're not going to have a scoreboard, so I believe it was about 3:29 left on the clock when they cut it off. They've cut the power off to it, trying to reset the system. And new football stadium, new equipment, and so forth. Everybody's trying to figure out how to get it reset. But it looks like
trying to figure out how to work it.
Looks like the officials have gotten impatient, and they're now going to go ahead and play the game and keep it on the field.
Well, I mean, it's at some point you got to keep this thing going. You can't just have the players standing around here. So here's a handoff around the near side. It's Johnson, flag in on the play, right in the vicinity of the tackle. Sowers makes the tackle. That's Fisher on the carry. So he gets it up near the 40-yard line. This will be close to a first down marker, and depending on the penalty, they might have it. This is going to be a hold, though, on Christiansburg. So it's a peculiar place for the flag to come down on a hold.
Yeah, the split end was out here. He's kind of locked up with the defensive back from Blacksburg and, got his hands in there a little bit too much. Got a holding penalty on Christiansburg, which benefits Blacksburg, moves them further back down the field here. Nice pickup by Fisher that time on the jet sweep. And, again, Blacksburg's kind of stacked things up inside, trying to slow down Johnson a little bit, which has kind of opened it up on the outside corner a little bit now on the jet sweep play. So we'll see how they continue to adjust to Christiansburg's offense.
This will be first and about 14 here for Christiansburg. And it's on 26. And here goes Greg Lee Keith Johnson straight down the middle of the field, breaking tackles, spinning off defenders, gets it down inside the 20, cuts back to the 10-5, touchdown, no flags. Unbelievable run by Keith Johnson. He should have been brought down at least 4 times on that carry.
And if you're Blacksburg's defense, you certainly didn't need that to happen. And Spencer Link looks like he's shaking up a little bit out on the middle of the field. And, that's what you don't need to happen right before halftime right here, is to get a long run like that. So we'll see if Blacksburg's offense can answer. And, of course, we don't have a scoreboard, so we don't know how much time's left. So
we do know it's 13-0 Christiansburg now with the extra point pending, and now Spencer Link being helped over to the sideline. He's hobbling, heavily favoring, looks to be that left ankle. Now remember, Link had a shoulder injury here about a couple of weeks ago, but Link unable to really put any significant amount of weight on that left ankle, and that does not look good. As he hobbles to the sidelines with the trainer's assistance, then immediately goes to the ground, now coming back up, trying to at least get over here to the bench and be checked on. And the trainers will start to work on the left leg or the left ankle. I'm not sure yet of Spencer Link. Extra point attempt coming here from Brad Cox. This will be a chip shot for him.
Brad Cox for the extra point.
Well, we got scoreboard lights on here. We'll see if they get it situated. Here's the snap, hold, kick on the way. It's good. Off Arthur's extra point, splits the uprights and rolls off the top of the new field house. So 1:51 to go. Is that correct?
Well, I don't think that much time ran off the clock because it was 3:29 when it went off, and they only ran 2 plays, one of which being the long touchdown run by Johnson. So it looks like now they've got 2:51 on the clock. I see the athletic director from Blacksburg, Jack Hinkey, out there on the field asking the officials probably how much time they have left. So maybe it is 2:51 with the score being 14-0 now Christiansburg.
We'll just keep it right here. 14-0 Christiansburg on top. Give you a couple of scoreboard updates. Liberty 21-7 now over Botetourt. Northside leading Stuart Straff 14-8. So a couple other scores for you to pass along. Chris Price and Terrence Travis back deep to receive this one, as is Brian Miller. Remember Spencer Link being worked on over there on the sidelines with that left leg injury. Cox will kick this one off at his own 40 from left to right on your radio dials.
I see a lot of folks over on the other side of the press box here still working on the scoreboard. Down and distance, still it and working on it.
Cox gets this one in the air. End over end will be fielded by Price at his own 6. Brings it across the 10, 20, 25, 30. Near sideline. Going to be drugged down from behind at about the 38-yard line. Nice return there by Price. Down to seam down the near sideline and gets it in good field position here for Blacksburg with 2:45 to go. I believe that clock is right now. Up to the 40-yard line here at Blacksburg. So about a 34-yard return there for Price. Ball on the near hash.
Did you see the block by Trevor Bennett down here at about the 25-yard line? He just absolutely laid somebody out on that kickoff return that sprung Price loose on that good return. So 2:45. You got to throw in quarterback. That's a senior right here. Plenty of time. 3 timeouts left. You can go down the field, try to get some points here right before the half.
3 receivers. Grass dropping back, looking to throw, takes a shot, and the pass is incomplete down the middle of the football field, intended for number 28. That's John Jennings. Tailback sent out on a deep pass route. Gresh appears to be all right. He's back to his feet. Bring up 2nd and 10 here.
Christiansburg just bringing a lot of people inside, putting a lot of pressure on Gresh. Almost too many to block.
40-yard line.
Get a timeout taken down here on the football field by Blacksburg. It's their first of the half. We'll take it as well with 2:36 to go. Christiansburg with the lead, 14-0. 2nd and 10 for Blacksburg coming up after this.
In 1985, while polio was paralyzing 1,000 children a day, Rotary International committed to a goal of ending polio worldwide. Very soon now, after immunizing over 2 billion children, the goal will be achieved. Eradicating polio worldwide. That is humanity in motion. That is Rotary.
Second down and 10 here for Blacksburg. 2:39 to go in the half. Out of the timeout, they'll hand it off to David Bells, who tries to find something off that right side. And again, the running game just has not been there tonight, as Bells has dropped at about the 43-yard line, actually. Pickup of 3 will bring up a 3rd and 7 now. And again, they're just doing a great job on defense here.
Yeah, tough running inside. Again, a lot of people inside for Christiansburg. So we'll see what Coach Chris comes up with. If he tries to spread them out and run underneath, or puts the ball up in the air. You know, Christiansburg again playing man press coverage with their corners.
I formation. Gresh 3-step drop, throws on the run, or throws for Half, who was on the run, going out to the far side. Pass incomplete though. Thrown a little bit out of his reach, and that'll bring up 4th down. And Blacksburg now going to have to punt this football away with 2:04 to go in the half.
Yeah, that may not be a good thing with that much time left on the clock and a half. So
we'll see what kind of offensive adjustments that Blacksburg's able to make here at halftime. You'd figure something's going to have to give, as you know, Dave Christ wanted to be able to establish that run game again here tonight, but so far has not been able to do that. Blacksburg will burn its 2nd timeout here.
But Blacksburg's a little bit out of character right now. They had to use another timeout here on the punt. Looked like maybe missing a player off the punt cover team. So just need to get out of this half right here with 2 minutes to go and regroup and come back out, focused on what you need to accomplish here in the second half and see what you can do.
We'll keep it right here in the timeout. Again, coming up at halftime back in the studio, Shad Balowski will have a full high school halftime report for you. Get you updated on Salem-Pulaski tonight, also Cave Spring and Hidden Valley. Other area games as well. Last week of the regular season for a lot of folks, even playoffs starting this week for some.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we stated at the beginning of this game, this essentially is a playoff game for both of these two teams too. You got to win to get in. So
back deep to receive it, it's DJ Palmer. He stands at about his own 25. Low snap, and the punt is away here. Palmer fields it, drops it, tries to pick it up, and gets leveled from behind by David Bales all the way back to the 15, but now we got a flag down here at the Blacksburg 41. I didn't see the punter. I don't know if anyone got into him or not. Justin Bishop was the punter that time for Blacksburg, though. And that's going to be an automatic first down here. That's roughing the kicker.
Well, did they run into the kicker? Was that what the penalty was? It was a personal foul, but I don't know what. To me, it looked like the flag was thrown in towards the line of scrimmage.
Either way, it's a personal foul. It's going to get Blacksburg a first down. I would assume. Now, I saw the flag go down.
See, it's thrown at the line of scrimmage right up here where the ball was placed at. I just wonder if they maybe, jumped the center or hit the center or something. I don't think you can do that in high school football. Make contact with it. We'll see what the official calls. If he gives us a signal again, he's signaling first down for Blacksburg now.
Well, we'll take it either way. First down for Blacksburg all the way down to about the 42. Snap to Gresh, dropping back, looking to throw. Down the field, pass incomplete, intended for Sowers. Violet wants a flag. He won't get it. I think Violet might have been complaining maybe he was held that time.
Yeah, Weller again coming in there on a delayed blitz, hit Gresh almost a little bit late. Gresh has gotten rid of the football, but nevertheless, Christiansburg's game plan tonight's to put pressure on the quarterback from Blacksburg, and they've been doing a good job at getting that done here in the first half.
One timeout left for Blacksburg. Clock down to 1:54 here on 2nd and 10 from the Christiansburg 42. Pass over the middle, complete to Half. Half has the first down, gets it down to the 25-yard line here of Christiansburg.
It's about the third time they've run a crossing pattern in the middle. The middle of the field seems to be open pretty well for Blacksburg, and Half coming across the middle, making a good throw and catch, and Christiansburg now is going to call timeout. They lined up a little bit differently that time on defense. They had more of a wide tackle 6 look down there on the field, trying to cover up Blacksburg spread defense. But again, those corners have got their backs turned to the offense and to the middle of the defense, and they're just playing man press right up on the line of scrimmage. So Blacksburg's tried to go over top of them a couple of times, and now they're working the middle of the field. 1:46 still to go in the half with the first down, with a timeout left. So, still got plenty of time here to get some points before the half.
So we'll see if Blacksburg can keep it going here after the nice pickup there to Eric Half. Seems like that 3-step drop's working.
It is, and that's effective against this type defense. Whenever you play a pressure defense, you want to pick out that hot receiver and find out which one it's going to be, and if you can get a pre-snap read from your quarterback to where he knows which one he's going to throw to on the snap, that 3-stop and throws is a highly effective passing game against this type of defense. So Christiansburg's bringing everybody from inside on a blitz almost every play. So Coach, I'm sure, has seen that, and he's working the middle of the field a little bit right now with Half.
Yeah, the thing that they're doing with the pressure's coming from the middle, you throw towards the blitz, generally someone will be open. Gresh out of the shotgun this time. They pick up the blitz, pass floated down the near sideline, looking for Sowers, deflected, almost intercepted, and incomplete. Good coverage that time from Chris Smith of Christiansburg, number 9. Smith, a 6-foot junior defensive back, was all over Sowers that time. This will bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I thought Gresh was going to look to the other side of the field that time. He had a matchup with Eric Half on DJ Palmer. DJ's probably a little quicker than Eric, but Eric's got a lot more size on him.
4 receivers. Gresh from the gun fires over the middle, too high for Half. It's incomplete. Another one of those quick throws, looking for Half over the middle of the field and out of his reach.
Yeah, just way too high for Eric to come down with that ball. Good, good play selection again. Though the middle of the field's open, and so now you got a big down for Blacksburg's offense, and Blacksburg's going to call timeout right here and make sure they got the right play called with 1:34 to go in the half.
So, the minute 34 to go, the ball down to the 27-yard line here at Blacksburg. They take timeout. We'll take it with them on 3rd down. 30-second break, then we're back with the play after this.
At PlayGolfAmerica.com, you'll find everything you need to get out on the course and into the game. Because it's never too late to tee off.
Play Golf America!
With a minute 34 to go, this play is going to be whistled dead as Gresh was dropping back to throw. And you figure there, pre-snap movement, but we'll see what's on which side here. Encroachment going to be called here on Christiansburg. So on a 3rd down and 10 play, that's going to be very helpful. That gets you into a 3rd and 5 situation now and will open up the playbook here a little bit more.
Absolutely. It gives you a couple different options. You can throw a quicker, shorter pass, or you can even take 2 downs and run it and try and get 5.
So down to the 20.
Christiansburg spread out now on defense. They're not in that 3-stack look anymore. They're in that more wide tackle 6 look.
Play action. Gresh on the run. In trouble. Fires. Incomplete. Was intended for Sowers. Probably Gresh just throwing it into the ground, though. A lot of coverage downfield and a lot of heat on him. Good job again by Christiansburg on the blitz. We'll bring up a 4th down here.
Yeah, he threw that one about 5 yards short of his receiver into the ground. He was running for his life, so 4th down and 5. Looks like Coach Chris is going to bring in Casper Violet to attempt a field goal here and try to get some points for your football team here right before half. Christiansburg now is going to call timeout now that they've seen Violet come on the field, and I believe that's going to be their last one too, isn't it?
Yeah, this is going to be, it is their last timeout. This is going to be about a 37-yard field goal attempt here.
And I think, Casper's got a good leg too. We got 2 good kickers in this football game tonight, in Cox and Violet, so I believe this is going to be within his range if he gets a good foot on it.
And points so important here before the halftime. You want to try to get this thing, well, get it down to 11 points here, but just to get some points on the board, before half. Very important that you get something out of this drive.
Absolutely. 14-3 is better than 14-0, and try to get a little momentum here, right at halftime. You'd much rather have 7, but Coach is going to elect to try and get some points on the board.
So Violet and kick it. What's his season long? There's a snap. Hold kick on the way. It is good. Got it just inside the right upright. Casper Violet connects from 37 yards out. And first points of the night on the board here for Blacksburg. They now trail it 14-3 to Christiansburg with a minute 26 to go.
And that kick right there landed back there, on the steps coming down from the concession
plenty to
stand
spare.
Here, New Bill Brown Stadium. So he there again, Casper probably could have backed up 10 more and hooked that one in the upright and probably had the distance. So 2 good kickers in this football game, may come down to a kicker here at the end.
So Blacksburg will put this one back in the air after the kickoff, or after the field goal. Remember, Sean Belowski coming your way in a minute 26 with halftime scores for you. We'll shoot it straight back to the studios at the end of the first half. We still don't have the downs and distance and the quarter up on the scoreboard here. We do at least have time and score, though. That's important. Now they just gave Christiansburg an extra point.
Yeah, they hadn't quite got all the bugs worked out just yet.
You get an extra point just for fielding this kickoff. But they won't even be able to do that as Violet kicks this one out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
Fisher was back deep to receive it. He'll have to watch that one bounce out the back, and they'll take over from their own 20 with about 1:22 left to go here in the half. No timeouts left for either side, even though it indicates on the board 3 left for Blacksburg. They're really trying to get this scoreboard together here tonight.
Yeah, and the clock keeper's down here in the booth next to us trying to get this modern technology. Everything's new here at this new football stadium, and again, we're not quite give Christiansburg a grace point.
Handoff and popped right away is number 22, Ryan Fisher, in on the stop. Jake Sorry, senior defensive tackle. I said Fisher, that was actually Johnson, but he got smothered right away by Sorry, and he is sorry that he took that handoff.
It's a good, good play by him, though. It's luckily he didn't drop that football. Unfortunately for Blacksburg, but as soon as he took the handoff, he got hit pretty good by Jake Sorry.
Inside of a minute on second down. Wills hands off. This is Fisher around the near sideline. Scampers out of bounds up near the 30-yard line. That'll be very close to the first down marker. Sowers credited with the stop as he ran him out.
Coach Cromer here with 40 seconds to go in the half is probably content with running the football instead of taking the chance at throwing it.
Especially with a young, inexperienced quarterback in this kind of a situation. They are on 3rd and 2.
Right.
Again, neither side with the timeout, so wherever you run it, you want to try to get it out of bounds. They give it to Lee up the far side of the field. He's going to be tripped up short of the first down marker and short of the out-of-bounds marker as well. So the clock moving inside 30 seconds here on 4th and 2. Evan Sunshine credited with the stop. Yeah. And they may just go ahead and let this thing run down here.
Yeah, they didn't get the ball set in time for the play clock to catch them, so Christiansburg won't have to take a snap. They'll take a 14-3 halftime lead into the locker room here.
Clock down to 10. No reason to punt this. Neither side can stop the clock with no timeouts. And down to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And with that, the two teams will head to the locker room as we write a finish to the first half of play. Christiansburg enjoys a 14-3 lead. We'll hopefully be able to get the clocks and the scoreboard sorted out here at halftime.
Join hands.
Open your heart.
Lean your muscle.
Give an hour.
Give a Saturday.
Give 10%.
Give 110%.
Improve lives.
Give.
Advocate.
Volunteer.
Live united.
And we welcome you back here to Bill Brown Stadium. Just a couple moments left here before we get the second half of play underway. I'm Nick Pierce, joined tonight by our coach Chris Lucas. 14-3, Christiansburg leads Blacksburg here in this win or go home matchup as you look at the River Ridge District standings. And certainly a good one going on down in Dublin tonight between Salem and Pulaski County. Spartans were up 17-7 at half last we heard. That one for the River Ridge District Championship. Both sides 4-0 in district play coming into tonight. Salem 8-1 overall. Their lone loss was early in the year to number 1 ranked in the state, Brookville, who actually their quarterback just committed to Virginia Tech yesterday. Logan Thomas will play tight end for the Hokies next year. Pulaski County 9-0 overall. They're trying to run the table and have a perfect season and have that top seed coming up in the playoffs come next week. And of course the third place team in all of that is Bassett down around Martinsville, and Christiansburg or Blacksburg will have the 4th spot. And of course next year they're going to expand it to 6 teams.
Right. Yep. There's a new playoff format. I got an email from Jack Hinkey and the athletic director of Blacksburg that's got that PowerPoint presentation that the Virginia High School League has put out for approval. There's going to be several subcommittee meetings at the four corners of the state to decide if that's the format that they like to do, and it looks like it's going to be pretty good. And what it's going to do is put your bigger AA schools into a higher division. Your schools like Pulaski that's got a much larger enrollment compared to your Blacksburgs and Christiansburg will be in a different division. Beginning I think in was it 2011 that that's going to go into effect.
They do away with the AAA, single A, double A system and just go to divisions and do away with the districts at that point as well, which makes the travel schedule awfully hard also. Here's the kickoff. As we begin the second half, it goes from right to left, fielded by Fisher at his own 5 for Christiansburg. Now turns it upfield, gets it up across the 25-yard line, stopped at about the 27 of Christiansburg. Ball on the far side of the field, and we're 10 seconds into the second half of play. And I'm curious, going back to that, how that's going to work with the travel schedules, and you don't have your common opponents anymore, seemingly, and it's almost like an independent college football team, like a Notre Dame that has to go out and schedule a bunch of opponents.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're going to leave it up to each individual districts as to whether or not they're going to have a district if you want to belong to one or be an independent as far as your athletics go.
Here's a handoff. It goes to Fisher, the halfback, around the near side. He gets across the 30, tries to turn the corner, but gets upended by Sowers just short of the 35-yard line. And we'll bring up second down here after pretty decent pickup.
A huge possession here for Blacksburg's defense to start the second half off, and real important that you try to get a stop on Christiansburg right here. You don't want them to let them get too far ahead, and try to gain some field position and get some more points on the board.
Second down and 5. They get the ball off to Lee around the far side. Stiff arms Travis and gets rocked out of bounds by Sowers up near the first down marker. That's up to about the 37, 38-yard line. We'll bring up third down and short here for Christiansburg. And by the way, I was just given a very important note here. Apparently Trey Gresh only had 124 yards of passing in the first half, and he needed, 125 to break the record?
I think he needed 120, so he's still probably broken the record already for high school. I was talking to his dad today, and I think his dad said he needed 120 yards.
Third down at about a yard, and on the quarterback keeper, Wills falls forward. And I believe he got the necessary yardage there for the first down.
Yeah, first down.
Yes, he did. Got about a yard or two on that carry. Gets it up to about the 39-yard line here of Christiansburg. Ball in the far hash as the Blue Demons drive from left to right. On your radio dial, clock even 11 minutes to go with 14-3 score. Christiansburg leading. They'll send 2 receivers this time. Wills, the quarterback, under center. Have a man coming in motion, and Wills will hand it off straight ahead. Not much there for the ball carrier. That's number 21 on the carry.
Zach Weller, their inside linebacker, who also come in and play wingback, and that's that inside counter play again that he had a little success with in the first half. And Weller, he's probably their future back for next year. He's only a junior. He's been a 3-year starter ever since he was a freshman, and just a super athlete, big, strong kid too.
On 2nd and 10, handoff straight ahead, not much there either. This time they went to Johnson. Keith Johnson got maybe a yard or so, gets it up to about the 40-yard line. Devin Skinner credited with the tackle. This will bring up a 3rd and long situation here for the Blue Demons. And again, they've not been good on 3rd down conversions tonight. I believe only 2 of 7 in the first half. Same formation. Will's going to roll out, try to throw it with the pursuit and the sack for the Bruins. Number 88, Adam Bronze, the defensive end. Coming up with a big play.
Good adjustment by Coach Sealer that time on that last play. He noticed it was 3rd and long. He took Devin Skinner out of the game and put Bronze in because he figured Christiansburg would come with some type of play-action pass. So good call by the coaching staff at Blacksburg.
On 4th and 19, Cox will put this one in the air. High, spiraling kick. Travis going to let that one go. Will be downed at about the 25-yard line by DJ Palmer of Christiansburg. Another beautiful punt from Cox.
Yeah, you know, here at the new football stadium, they have those shields on the light to prevent, you know, glare from going too high in the sky. And on the 2 punts we've seen Cox punt, that ball looks like it's gone out of the light, you know, spectrum here at the new football stadium. And that time, Terrence Travis called for fair catch, and the ball landed 5 yards behind him, so he may be struggling with it a little bit too because of the height of the football.
Well, that's a good thing. At least he didn't get hit by that ball on the way down.
I hope it doesn't cause a problem later in the game, though. But you know, Terrence doing a good job getting out of the way of it. He probably just lost sight of it.
2 receivers near side. I formation for Blacksburg, taking over at its own 26. Play action, Gresh rolling out, throwing downfield, looking for Half. It's incomplete. Palmer in on the coverage. No flag down.
Half kind of broke his route off right there. Gresh was leading him down the field, and he broke his route off, and then when he went to jump, the ball was well over his head, and Eric's letting Coach know it was his fault. Not quite for sure what he was supposed to run on that particular play.
So 2nd down and 10, you figure the Bruins will probably try to run it here and get some yards back. After trying to break one down the field there on 1st down, 8:56 to go. Ball on the far hash marker. It's a 2nd and 10 from the Blacksburg 26. Same formation. Gresh will give it to the fullback, who maybe got a yard but nothing more.
Christiansburg just got a lot of people inside right there. It's hard to get a pad on all those players that they got in there.
So 3rd down and 10. By the way, Pulaski County has scored again. It's now 17-14. Salem on top in the 3rd quarter of that shootout. Low scoring shootout, but a shootout nonetheless. On 3rd and 10, Gresh going to roll out to his left. Pressure coming. Gresh going to keep this one. Slides off of one tackler as Weller missed. But number 55 coming from behind, Dante Hayden, the big defensive lineman, didn't. He brings down Gresh after a pickup of about 6 yards, well short of the 1st down marker. This will be 4th down and 3. And the Bruins are going to have to punt this one away, trailing 14-3 with 7:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Casper Violet standing back at his own 17. Back deep to receive is Palmer, standing at his 30. Violet short line drive, end over ring kick, scooped up at about the 35. Palmer turns it upfield, gets to the 45. Knocked out of bounds there by Bales at about the 50, as the Blue Demons will set up shop midfield. 7:35 to go in the 3rd.
Christiansburg's coming off this right corner over here every time Blacksburg punts, and they had 2 people come scot-free again that time. We're lucky that thing hadn't been blocked yet.
Should note Spencer Lane came out of the locker room on crutches after the 1st half. Remember, he went down with that left leg or ankle injury there in the 1st half. Did not get an update on him. We just know we saw him come out with crutches. On 1st and 10, it's Fisher on the carry. Fisher gets struck down from behind. Number 56, Devin Skinner, with the stop. A gain of about a half yard, if that.
That's excellent pursuit by the 250-pound defensive tackle running down Fisher from the backside as Half was stringing it out to the sidelines. Good effort and hustle by the senior defensive tackle.
I don't even think he got a half a yard. That's pretty much back to the line of scrimmage. This will be 2nd and 10. They'll split Forrest Rush out wide to the left. I believe it's Hudson near side. And the handoff goes to Fisher. Fisher tries to cut it back inside, gets tripped up, I believe, by Forney, as he'll get across the 50, but nothing more. It's about 3 yards on the pickup. We'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Blacksburg's defense has adjusted now against Christiansburg's run here. Christiansburg not picking off in big chunks like they were early in the football game. So good adjustments by Coach Sheeler here at halftime. You just got to get your defense to hang on here and keep giving your offense a chance to get the ball down the field and score points.
And typically Blacksburg's been pretty good this year at second half adjustments. 2 receivers split out wide to the left now. Will's out of the shotgun looking to throw. Here comes pressure. Sorry, the man in there making Wills throw one on the run, and it's incomplete as Wills just chunked that one to the sidelines to get rid of the football and avoid taking the sack. Here's 4th down.
Yeah, another big possession here by Blacksburg's defense, stopping Christiansburg's offense. You know, Johnson had 195 yards rushing there in the first half, and so far in the third quarter, Blacksburg's kept him in check really well, and Christiansburg's kind of gone away from him, due to that fact.
Cox boots this one from his own 40. Travis will call for the fair catch. He dropped the football. Dropped it at the 17. Christiansburg falls on it. They'll have it inside the 20. A costly turnover for Blacksburg, their second of the night.
Yeah, I was saying there, he was having some trouble earlier, with those high punts. So big stand here now by Blacksburg's defense.
And that's the drawbacks of the return team when you got a punter that's putting that ball so far in the air. So Wills in the offense gets a second breath. Wills on the run, in trouble, and he gets sacked back to about the 25-yard line. Evan Sunshine with the sack. Loss of 5 on the play will bring up 2nd and 15 from the Blacksburg 25. There's a big play from the defense on 1st down.
Give Blacksburg's defense credit, even with the turnover and the quick change of possession right there. They're still coming hard and trying to stop this Christiansburg offense from scoring.
2nd and 15. Handoff went to Lee that time in the backfield. He slips and falls. And that's a loss of another yard or 2. We'll bring up a 3rd and 17 now. And I tell you, a good job here by this defense, as you said, trailing 14-3. You can't afford to give up another one here halfway through the third.
Absolutely. You got to keep it close and keep your offense on the field now, especially because Blacksburg's defense has been on the field a whole lot here in the third quarter. So big 3rd down here for Blacksburg. If they can hold them here, it looks like Christiansburg's Coach Cromer is going to call timeout to try to get the right play in for 3rd and 16.
So timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 14-3 Christiansburg. 3rd down and long coming up in 30 seconds.
Whether it's arts and culture, community events, great places to eat and shop, exciting athletics, you'll find it all in Blacksburg, the place to be.
We're just past the 9 o'clock hour here at the new Bill Brown Stadium. Blacksburg, Virginia, playoff spot on the line here between Christiansburg and Blacksburg. Blue Demons with a 14-3 lead, facing 3rd down and 16 from the Blacksburg 27. Here's the snap. They give the ball to Fisher, who breaks one tackle and now gets it up to about the 26, but well shy of where he needed to get, all the way down to the 10. For the 1st down.
And here's a late flag just thrown in too.
Flag coming in the vicinity of the tackle, and now the referee and the official talking about this one. We'll see. It's going to go on Christiansburg.
That could be a big penalty. That's going to put the ball from about the 26 all the way back to the 41, which may have just taken them out of field goal range.
It's an unsportsmanlike conduct call against Christiansburg, and it's a 15-yarder, and as you said, that might even be too long for Cox now at this point. His range is, I'd say game range, probably, 45 or so?
Yeah, I saw him in the pregame warming up. He was hitting a couple of 50-yarders, so this is going to place it back to about the 41-yard line, and then you take 7 yards for placement of the ball. It's a 58-yarder. Probably Coach Cromer, I'm sure, will punt this one away. That's a little bit too far for his range.
Yeah, the ball on the Blacksburg 41, and Cox will go back to punt it. They'll try to pin Blacksburg back inside of its own 10. Good stop by the defense.
I was going to say Christiansburg had a wideout sitting over there outside the numbers. Blacksburg didn't see it. Now they've got somebody over there on coverage. So
Cox pooches this one. It'll bounce inside of the 20 down to about the 12. And I tell you what, Price is awfully lucky. That ball almost hit him in the head.
He is, and then Terrence run up there like he was going to grab it again. That's a good way to give the coach a heart attack when you get that close to that ball. I think it bounce up and catch you on the leg or foot and get you in a lot of trouble. So
we saw Virginia Tech last night. One of those on them, deep in its own territory.
Sure.
Ball.
What a great job by Blacksburg's defense, though. You know, Christiansburg got the ball in that turnover inside the 20, and Blacksburg's defense, held them for several losses, and then the big penalty that took them out of field goal range. So, big opportunity for Blacksburg right there. Now they need to just take advantage of it here on offense.
From its own 11, Blacksburg begins this drive with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and on the end around, brought down. Actually, no, that's Gresh, who was trying to get away from pressure, brought down, helicoptered to the ground at about his own 1 yard line. A loss of 10 on the sack.
Yeah, a lot of play action right there. It took a lot of time to run that play, and with all the pressure Christiansburg's bringing on defense, it may have taken too much time to get the play off. But nevertheless, Blacksburg's offense is back in the shadow of their own end zone here now. Need to get the football out.
Long ways to go here. From its own 2. 3-step drop for Gresh. Going to float this one down the field looking for Eric Half. It's incomplete. Flag down, and this is going to be pass interference, but I'm not sure which side.
Well, I'm sure Eric Half was looking for the ball, and the Christiansburg defender was kind of pushing him out towards the boundary. So Coach Cromer and the Christiansburg staff over there very upset over that penalty. But
it's going to be pass interference on Christiansburg. DJ Palmer, the guilty party, he was covering Half on that play, and from here, it looked like they were just kind of beating into each other. It didn't look like anything excessive.
Yeah, Chris Smith, the cornerback over here on this side for Christiansburg, number 9, I think was actually covering Half. But again, he wasn't looking at the football until the last minute, but the whole time was kind of running him out towards the boundary. And the official felt like Half didn't have a chance to catch that football. So, he threw the flag. It's a break for Blacksburg. Brings up an automatic, gives them an automatic first down and kind of gets you out from your own goal line. To the Blacksburg 18-yard line now. 1st and 10. I formation. 2 receivers near side. Here's the pitch. It goes to Jennings. Jennings tries to turn it upfield. Breaks a couple tackles. First down. Pushed out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. That's a first down again for Blacksburg after a pickup of about 12 yards there on the ground from Jennings. And we talk about that breakaway speed he has once he can get outside. He showed it off right there. Yeah, good run by John there. We thought early in the game with Christiansburg stacking so many people inside that maybe they could get outside and get to the corner. And, that time John got around the corner and picked up a nice gain for Blacksburg. Scoreboard update from Dublin. This one really getting close. Salem 24, Pulaski 21 in the third quarter. Pulaski with the football. Wow, what a game that is for the River Ridge Championship. From the shotgun, Gresh looking to throw. Pass tipped out of the air, incomplete, almost intercepted. Chris Price was the intended target. DJ Palmer got a hand on it. He was behind him and almost able to pull down that interception, which would have been the 3rd turnover of the night for Blacksburg. We mentioned Trey Gresh. He had 124 yards passing in the first half, has eclipsed the all-time school record for passing yards in his career. And here on senior night, trying to pilot his team to a victory. 4 wide from the gun. Gresh rolling out in trouble. Pass is deflected and knocked to the ground. Almost intercepted. Zach Weller with the deflection. Yeah, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 10. I don't know who he was trying to squeeze that into. Miller was kind of in the area, but the pass was thrown right in between 2 Christiansburg defenders, so not for sure who Trey was trying to get that into, but nevertheless brings up a 3rd and 10 now for Blacksburg's offense. Keep possession here. You need to try to get another first down and keep the chains moving and give your defense a little bit of a break. They've been on the field an awful lot here in the third quarter. From the Blacksburg 30, Gresh dropping back,
Pressure coming, picked up, fires down the field. It's caught by Bales at the 50. Bales trying to shed a tackler, and he gets spun down to the 40-yard line of Christiansburg. Scott Hampton grabbed onto that jersey, and he was hanging out for dear life.
David Bales says, if I can't get 259 rushing, I'm going to get it through the air. Throw me to rock, 12. Big play for Blacksburg's offense right there, getting the ball, out of their own territory into Christiansburg territory now, moving the football down the field to score here, do a lot for the confidence of their offense, and to sit in only football game in Southwest Virginia up in Pulaski, we're going to have one here before it's over with.
30-yard pickup on the pass play, 1st and 10 for the Christiansburg 40 as Gresh rolls out. Now hit as he throws, and incomplete. Leaping up for it was John Jennings, Casper Violet, and almost intercepting at that time was Jared Looney.
Yeah, you had it right the first time. That's John Jennings out here on this route, and John basically become a defender that time. Gresh under pressure just hung that one up for grabs. And
now I said Jennings, the PA announcer said Violet.
Yeah, the PA announcer's wrong this time. You had it right. It was John Jennings on the route there for Blacksburg.
2nd and 10. 4 wide, Gresh from the gun. Snap, pressure coming again. Gresh on the run. Gresh eludes 1, 2 tacklers, throws, caught! Up across the 20-yard line. Catch is made. And out of bounds goes Sowers on the reception.
And that's what your senior quarterback does for you right there. He's running for his life and doing a good job keeping that offense out there and moving the football down the field here for Blacksburg.
So a pickup of 22 on that play. And again, Gresh having to make it happen by his lonesome here. He's not been getting a whole lot of help from his offensive line here tonight.
Yeah, and Coach Miller there for Christiansburg, their defensive coordinator, has called timeout now and trying to get a little composure back on, for his defense. So good job by Blacksburg's offense here. This, Gresh got tackled back on the 1-yard line on the first play from this drive. So they're moving the football down the field, and if they can punch it in there, it'd be a 99-yard drive before it's all said and done with. So still got a lot of territory to go.
Yeah, 2:39 to go here in the third quarter, and this is the second timeout that Christiansburg has used here already. So if it gets down into a situation where it's a close ball game at the end, which it very well could, if Blacksburg can fire back here with a couple of scores, then maybe you're kicking yourself down the line for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, hadn't they used both of their timeouts on this one drive?
I believe they have.
I think they have two. I think both of them.
One came early down on the opposite
defensive
side.
Timeouts and getting down the field. So
1st and 10 from the Christiansburg 18 out of the timeout. 4 wide for Blacksburg. Gresh from the gun, going to fake the handoff to Bales, takes it himself straight through the middle, and gets struck down at about the 10-yard line. That's a pickup of 8. We'll bring up 2nd and 2 here. 2nd and a long 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, it's a good call there by Coach Christ. Spreading Christiansburg's defense out, letting those ends get up the field, and then running Gresh on the draw up inside of them. So nice job by the quarterback in picking the hole, and good call by the coach.
Pickup of 7, 2nd and 3. Gresh, handoff, Bales gets it. Gets the yards he needs as he plows forward for the first down and gets it down inside of the 10. And down almost to the 5.
And that's the David Bales we saw last week against Hidden Valley, hitting a hole real quick, picking up a 5-yard, carry for Blacksburg. Good run by David Bales right there inside.
They're going to have to actually stop the clock and measure this here. Oh
no, he's marked it first down, and so it's goal to go on the 6. So they dropped the yard markers over there.
Thought I heard they were going to measure it, but it's down to the 6. So I didn't think he needed to. Here's the snap to Gresh. He'll fake it, take it himself around the left side. Gresh scampers into the end zone from 6 yards out. And the Blacksburg Bruins come up with the touchdown and make this a 14-9 ball game.
What a good call right down there inside the goal line by Coach Christ, and putting the ball in the hands of his quarterback right there. And of course, I just got a big high five from my son Jacob sitting in the box here. He's a little Bruin, so big extra point right here now for Blacksburg.
You have to keep him around up here if this continues.
That's right. He's a good luck charm.
Here's the snap, hole, kick on the way. It is good. Casper Violet puts it through the uprights off of Arthur's extra point, sails through, and just like that, it's a 14-10 ball game. Christiansburg leading Blacksburg. Minute 36 to go here in the third quarter. Kickoff coming up in 30 seconds on ESPN Blacksburg.
From the first day you join AmeriCorps, you start changing people's lives.
Through service to your community, you give a feeling of hope.
And they pass it on to the next person.
And the next person.
And the next person.
And all the people they meet down the road.
And that's a pretty cool thing.
Why did I join AmeriCorps?
Because I want to change people's lives.
A 99-yard scoring drive there for Blacksburg after Trey Gresh was sacked early on in the drive. He scampers in from 6 yards out to make it a 14-10 Christiansburg game with a minute 36 to go here in the third quarter. The kickoff sails over the head of the deep men, over the heads of the deep men, goes out of the back of the end zone and will be taken out to the 20 of Christiansburg here on the touchback. And the Blue Demons will take over there.
I tell you, we're getting a show by the kickers tonight. Cox is launching some punts. Violet's kicking them all the way through the end zone on kickoffs. A 38-yard field goal by him, and Cox had the long field goal in the first half. So the kickers are having a great night for both football teams.
On 1st and 10, handoff around the left side it goes. Not much there running-wise for Keith Johnson. Maybe a yard or so on the carry will bring up second down and long here as the Bruins face a win or go home situation. They trail it by 4 after a huge drive engineered by their quarterback Trey Gresh. On 2nd and 9 after that pickup of 1. Handoff goes to Johnson again. Stumbles, stays on his feet, keeps his balance with his right hand, and falls forward all the way down to the 30-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down here.
You know, Christiansburg, they don't have a whole lot of running plays in their offense. They just run, you know, the same plays out of a whole lot of different formations. And, you know, Blacksburg has adjusted really well this half defensively and has shut down a lot of those plays. A lot of the yards that Christiansburg's getting right now is just coming on broken tackles or missed tackles and so forth, which, you know, give Christiansburg's backs credits. You know, they're making a lot of that happen. But if the defense can just hang on, they'll be in good shape.
And this ball going to come around on the handoff to Fisher around the near side. Not much there for him either. As getting to him, it's number 55, Deron Phillips. Also Terrence Travis in on the stop as well. Yep. Short pickup of a yard, bring up third down.
Phillips hustling good, you know, really well for a big man. He reminds me a lot of a defensive tackle that I had a couple years ago named Tay Ramsey. Same build, same mold. And Tay, of course, was a first-team all-group AA state defensive tackle for me. So I think he's going to be a good one by the time he's done.
And here's a handoff to Johnson, and he gets stuffed up the middle as the defensive tackles collapse on him. Also the linebacker Antoine Martin in on the stop as well. I thought that was third down. Now they're saying this is third down.
Now they got 2nd and 7 on the board, which would make this third down. It is the end of the third quarter, however.
So the third quarter comes to a close. This will be a 3rd and 5 situation when we come back. 14-10, Christiansburg on top of Blacksburg. 30-second break, then we're back with a 3rd and 5 after this.
We all have a vision of that perfect smile. But when it comes to our smile, it's not something we can draw or wait to miraculously appear. We need an orthodontist, dental specialists with 2 to 3 years of specialized education beyond dental school. Your child might be the next Picasso, so trust that brilliant smile to the right hands. Seeing an orthodontist no later than age 7 can help achieve a healthy, beautiful smile. For more information, visit braces.org.
3rd down and 5 coming up here for Christiansburg from its own 34-yard line. We'll give you a look at some stats through the third quarter here really quickly, though.
Yeah, you know, Blacksburg's evened up the numbers a lot. It actually got more yardage now than Christiansburg. You know, it was a good third quarter for Blacksburg.
And a handoff goes here on 3rd and 5 to Johnson. He breaks through, gets the first down and more into the secondary, and he's dropped at about the 48-yard line of Blacksburg. So a big pickup there on that play. All the way down to the 47.
Yeah, we're just getting ready to mention that Johnson had 195 yards in the first half, and he only had 205 at the end of the third quarter. So Blacksburg's defense done a good job adjusting, and with that run right there, now he's up to 224 for the game.
And 2 touchdowns for him as well. On 1st and 10, here's a handoff. It goes to Greg Lee, who tries to get outside. Nice tackle from behind. Shoelace stop from Eric Half. And that'll stop him short of the first down marker.
Yeah, again, Christiansburg's offense now up to 280 yards for the game, which they've passed Blacksburg again. But Christiansburg's now got 12 first downs, 13 for Blacksburg. And again, you know, the adjustments at halftime by Coach Sheeler and his defense done a really good job in the third quarter. Big possession right here now to start the fourth quarter off of Christiansburg's offense.
On 2nd and 3. Handoff goes to Fisher, who gets outside. First down up to the 35-yard line where he's dropped. And with 10:54 to go in the game, it's a new set of downs here for Christiansburg. Looking at the total yards. Total yards of offense here, 285 for Christiansburg, 262 for Blacksburg. Again, these two sides pretty evenly matched here. Actually get it up to 294 now for Christiansburg after that last play.
Yeah, both teams averaging 5.8 yards per play.
And there's a handoff straight ahead. It goes for Johnson, who gets brought down from the backfield but still manages to fight forward enough to get it back almost to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1, though. Eric Half again on the stop. Boy, we've called his name a lot here in the second half.
Absolutely. He's your big play man on defense for Blacksburg. So appreciate old Joe bringing the laptop in here, giving us some stats and typing at the same time so that we can get the numbers.
He is a talented individual, is he not?
He does it for Virginia Tech, too, so his fingers are probably tired after Evans last night.
3 wide receivers on this one. They'll hand it off to Fisher, though, around the far side. And again, the Bruins just swarm to the ball carrier and shut him down for no gain. Here's 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, Blacksburg's jammed it up inside, so Coach Cromer's trying to give a steady dose of that jet sweep going around the outside. And, you know, Blacksburg's done a good job now adjusting to that as well. So big 3rd down and 11 right here for Christiansburg. If Blacksburg can hold, they got that ball, about the 34. So if he doesn't gain anything, you're looking at about a 51-yard field goal right now. For Cox, and that may still be a little bit out of his range.
Timeout down here on the field. And this one's going to be taken. Let's see. We'll just have an official. Okay, timeout by Christiansburg.
Wow.
That's their last one.
It is. Christiansburg just took their last time out of the game.
On 3rd and 11 from the Blacksburg 35, Christiansburg burns its final timeout with 9:24 to go in the ball game, only leading 14-10. Scoreboard from Dublin. While we're in the timeout, Pulaski County has taken the lead. It's 28-24. The Cougars over the Spartans early in the fourth quarter, so the perfect season still potentially intact here for Pulaski County as they try to go on, run the table, and win the River Ridge District Championship and get that top seed coming up here in the playoffs next week. For Salem, that would be only their 2nd loss of the season if Pulaski can hold on, but still plenty of football left to go down there in Dublin.
What a football game.
No kidding. Well, we got a good one here ourselves. A lot of good games here in the River Ridge tonight.
Absolutely. You know, and that's what the River Ridge District's all about. Usually, you know, your playoff teams that come out of the River Ridge go a long way in the state playoffs just because of the caliber of competition, which is another reason why 3 out of the 4 playoff teams in Region 4 Division 4 are going to come out of this district.
On 3rd and 11, Wills looks to throw it, fires off his back foot, incomplete. Over a leaping Chris Dobbins and almost intercepted as well. Ricky Sowers was behind him. He wants that one back.
Oh, yeah. Man, I get excited up here in the booth still, and I shake my arm, and I got tennis elbow, Nick. And it's
You're a tennis player?
No. It's called too much. It's fishinitis. We'll just call it that.
Okay, let's call it what it really is.
4th down, Cox is going to punt. I thought that was a little bit out of his range. So big stop for Blacksburg's defense right there.
Yeah, that would have been about a 52-yard field goal attempt for him. And so Cox will put it in the air instead.
If you're Terrence Travis right here, you want to get away. Chris Price,
spiraling kick. It will bounce into the end zone. And a touchback here as the Bruins will take over from their own 20 and with a chance here with a touchdown to take their first lead of the game. 9:18 to go here in the fourth quarter, though.
Who's got the momentum? We've scored last, but who's got the momentum?
I'd say after that defensive stop and the way the Blacksburg's defense has been playing here, I don't really know if you could say they've really got some true momentum, but I'd say that the pendulum is starting to swing a little bit.
And that's what I'm thinking, you know. And Coach Chris, he's been around for a long time, so he orchestrated that drive by using his quarterback running and throwing, and you know, got us back in here to a 4-point ball game. So we'll see what he's got in the bag now with 9 to go.
Two receivers, far side. Here's a pitch to Jennings around the near side. Jennings breaking free, gets the first down, and gets dropped just across the 30-yard line, shy of the 35.
Good job.
Pick up of 14.
Good job by John Jennings right there using his block, cutting inside the kick-out block by the wide receiver right there and picking up a nice gain for the first down.
So they get it up to the 34 here of, well, their own 34 on the near hash marker. Blacksburg driving from left to right on your radio dial. Glad to have you along tonight. A 14-10 Christiansburg lead as the Bruins begin with 1st and 10 here. Play action. Gresh going to bootleg out to his left. Throws on the run. Pass is caught over the middle. Complete. Up to the 48-yard line of Christiansburg. Adam Bronze on the catch. We got a flag down back around the line of scrimmage, though. Right around where Gresh cut that ball loose. And it's going to be a holding call here against Blacksburg. So all of that will be negated. And they'll bring it back here and we'll replay the down. That negates about a 17-yard pickup there on that pass play. And we'll make it instead 1st and 20.
And that was huge. That was huge. Gresh play action, rolling, you know, to his left, throwing back across his body, hitting Bronze, you know, in the middle of the field for the big gain to be negated by a holding penalty all the way on the far side of the field over there. I don't know if that was on a lineman or who that was on, but what a huge break for Christiansburg.
Spot foul. They actually say 1st and 21, I believe. Four wide receivers. Gresh from the gun. Fakes the handoff to Bales. Will take it himself. Far side of the field. Near the sidelines. Gresh going to be knocked down inbounds close to the original line of scrimmage. Will bring up a 2nd and about 12, but a pickup there of about 8 or 9 on that carry for Gresh.
Yeah, good play by the quarterback right there. You don't have to get all 21 yards, you know, in one crack, so pick up a little bit at a time. Excellent play, you know, 1st and long. So quarterback says, if I can't get you with my arm, I'm going to get you with my feet, and he took off running, and a nice game for Blacksburg's offense.
Well, if you can get about 4 or 5 back here, it gets you into a 3rd down and doable. Again, not trying to get it all back at once. 4 wide again, same formation. Gresh from the gun, looking to throw. Pressure coming, throws off his back foot. Pass in and out of the hands of Price. That would have been right at the 1st down marker. Price juggled it around, leaping in the air, just could not hold on to it. But a heck of an effort nonetheless. Here's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, great pass by Gresh right there. Of course, he had a lot of open field too, so I hope he sees that and will recognize it. And you know, he can take off running. He's got, you know, I've said a couple times throughout the year, he's got, you know, 4 or 5 40 speed, so he can pick up the yardage himself. But
3rd down and 10 from its own 33. Blacksburg comes out with 4 wide. Gresh out of the shotgun. Snap. Gresh looking to throw. Pressure coming again. He's been on the run all night. Throws. Passes caught by Miller. 1st down and more, down to the 40-yard line of Christiansburg.
Nice play.
Huge
nice
pickup.
pass. Nice pass by the quarterback. Laid it right over the outstretched arms of the linebacker and in front of the corner. Good job by Miller running the route to get in between the 2 coverage guys. And good 1st down for Blacksburg's offense. With 7 minutes now to go in this football game.
27 yards on the reception for Brian Miller. And we got a timeout down here on the field. Clearly, Christiansburg can't take one. They're out of timeouts.
Right.
I don't know if this is an official timeout or a Blacksburg timeout.
It looks like the officials are getting together here at in the middle of the field. Do we have another clock problem? Or
Clock says 6:53 right now. It stopped after the officials blew the whistle.
Of course, it stops to move the chains.
Right. It should have restarted once they set, right?
Correct. It looks like they're going to come over and talk to Coach Chris to figure out what the problem is.
Looks like they may take some time off this clock.
Yep, Coach looking up this way towards your press box. I'm not really for sure what this is about.
Well,
the clock should be 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
7:15.
Wow, they're going to put some time back on the clock.
Wow.
So evidently the clock did not stop when they moved the chains. So they move it back up to 7 minutes, 15 seconds. That's an additional about 22 seconds on the clock. Here's the handoff to Bales. He comes around the right side and gets spun to the ground after a pickup of a couple of yards. Bales on the carry. Hayden on the stop will bring up a second down and about 8 here for Blacksburg into Christiansburg territory. Clock moving down to 6:54.
You know, Blacksburg's passing game and Gresh getting outside, you're breaking the contain factor for Christiansburg has opened up the run a little bit inside for Bales. He was about one man away right there from breaking a nice long run, but give Christiansburg's defense credit. They made the
formation, pressure coming. Gresh three-step drop, fires complete to Sowers up to the 35-yard line. That's a pickup of 3 on that pass play. We'll put Blacksburg in a 3rd and 5 situation here, needing to get down to the Christiansburg 30 for a first down. 6:20 to go in the ball game. 14-10 Christiansburg.
Yeah, 3rd and 5. You'd like to think this is 2-down territory from here for Blacksburg. 6:14 to go in this football game, so we'll see.
You think so, or will they try to trust the defense at this point and pin them deep?
Nah, I think you're in between right now, a field goal and a punt, so.
High formation on 3rd and 5. Play action. Gresh looking to throw. Pressure coming. Floats it in the air. It's incomplete. Receiver was trying to come back to it. That was Bronze, the tight end, the intended target. He slipped and fell when he tried to turn and come back to that ball. Again, Gresh had 2 big men in his face getting rid of that thing off his back foot. Will bring up a 4th down and 6.
And Christiansburg's bringing the heat again. That time stunting more folks look like inside than what we had that can block them. And Coach is going to go roll the dice and go for it here on 4th and a long 5.
5:55 to go in the game. We'll see if Blacksburg can convert. They go for it rather than punt it. 4 wide receivers. Gresh from the gun. Good protection this time. Throw over the middle is in and out of the hands of Casper Violet. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. He had it. Hit him right between the numbers and got hit from behind and lost it.
Yeah, just great pass by Gresh. Strong throw. Put it right on the money, right in Violet's hands, and he dropped it. So big stand now for Blacksburg's defense with 5:49 to go here in this football game.
You can't ask for a whole lot more than that out of your quarterback. And now, to Violet's defense as well, he was rocked from behind as soon as he caught that thing. Here's a handoff. It goes to Keith Johnson around the far side. He somehow fights forward, gets about 5 yards on that first carry. Will bring up a 2nd down and 5. Here for Christiansburg from its own 40. 5.5 to go in the ball game. Again, Blacksburg with all 3 of its timeouts here. As about a minute or 2 away from the clock starting to become your enemy.
Yeah, it's true. And again, though, with 3 timeouts, there's still a lot of time left in this football game. You just got to have a big stop here by your defense.
2 wide receivers. Wills looking to throw it. Sophomore drops back, going to float this one deep, and it's deflected by Terrence Travis. Incomplete. Travis was trying to set up and play center field for an interception, but he couldn't quite get under that one, but he at least put a hand up and kept it out of the receiver's hands. So it will bring up a 3rd down and 5 situation here instead. The intended target on that was Chris Dobbins.
Doing Blacksburg a favor there by putting the football up in the air, stopping the clock on that incompletion. So,
yeah, down to 5:09 to go. And again, after you said the incompletion, the clock had stopped.
big third down here for Blacksburg's defense.
See if they keep it on the ground this time. Handoff, Johnson bowls forward, first down, tripped up just past the 45-yard line where he needed to get to keep the drive alive. Got about 7 yards on the carry. Clock stops at 5:04 when they move the chains. It'll be first down, Christiansburg up to its own 47.
That was huge. You figured that one first down right there would take at least another, minute and 25 seconds off the clock?
Yeah. Can't afford to give up another first down before you have to start burning timeouts here. Here's a handoff. It's Johnson. Big pickup on first as he comes around the left side. Gets dropped there by Jake Sorry and Lane Forney. Just past midfield up to the Blacksburg 48 now. And a second down and about 5 situation coming up here after that good pickup.
Yeah, big chunks of yardage on first down for Christiansburg makes it a little bit easier for them on offense to pick up the first down. So
they're probably averaging about 5-6 yards a carry on first down here tonight.
Sure, and I think towards the end of the first quarter they're averaging 5-8 per play.
Handoff. Ball carrier stood up at the line of scrimmage. Keith Johnson was the ball carrier. Deron Phillips stood him up at the line and tackles him for a loss. It'll be 3rd and 7 about, with the clock down to 3:53 to go.
Look for Johnson off tackle again. That's been his big play on 3rd and long.
Whole lot of time running off there. You wonder how long before Blacksburg starts using its timeouts. On 3rd and 7. Defense looking for a stop. Handoff, it goes to Fisher. Fisher tries to get outside, and he's brought down. Football came loose.
Football's loose.
Blacksburg recovers it for there at the Christiansburg 45-yard line. Turnover, Blue Demons. In their own territory.
That's huge. Big play by Deron Phillips running down Ryan Fisher from the backside right there and making the tackle and stripping that football at the same time. And Blacksburg comes up with a big turnover right there.
Back-to-back plays. Deron Phillips getting involved and making a huge stop and getting the ball back for his offense. From the 46 of Christiansburg, they spot it. 3:24 to go. Blacksburg with all 3 timeouts. Gresh the pitch to Jennings. Jennings tries to get outside up top. Gets about 4 yards and gets run out of bounds. The clock will stop at 3:18 after a nice carry from Jennings. And I would venture to say that's going to be their best option here with a run game, is to try to get it to Jennings on something outside.
Absolutely. And, we've seen him with the breakaway speed. If he can get outside and around the corner, he can get down the field and get up big chunks of yardage for you.
About halfway through the 4th quarter in Dublin, Pulaski County with a 10-point lead, 34-24 over Salem for the River Ridge District title. We got a good one meanwhile here. Gresh dropping back to throw on 2nd and 7. Floater down the near sideline. Diving effort by Sowers, but the pass was out of bounds anyway. And this will bring up a 3rd down and 7 now for the Bruins.
Yeah, Palmer there got a hand on Sowers' jersey holding him, but of course, that ball is uncatchable being so far out of bounds.
So from the 43 of Christiansburg, ball on the far hash. Blacksburg and definitely in 4-down territory here. Gresh under center, dropping back, pressure coming, Gresh sacked. Dropped from behind, in on the stop, it's number 50. That's Brent Bostwick, the 6'3", 230-pound senior defensive lineman, dropping Gresh for a big loss of about 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down and long here, and this could very well be the game for Blacksburg. Clock's still moving, by the way, down to 2:45. Whole lot of time running off the clock here for Blacksburg.
And Gresh didn't have a chance to do anything right there. Bostwick was, right in his face as soon as he got the snap. So
the Christiansburg fans on the far side starting to come to life here. 4th and 12. Gresh from the gun. Snap. Gresh running again. He's in deep trouble. Throws on the run. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. Intended receiver was Sowers. He would have been short of the first anyway. On the coverage was Palmer. He was riding right on top of him.
Blacksburg's offense just hadn't been able to get that one play that they need there, on these last two possessions. So 3 timeouts left, 2:22 still to go in the game. Still time. You can use these timeouts here on defense and get the ball back for your offense, but you're going to have to keep them from getting a first down here.
Christiansburg takes over at its 48. A heavy dose of Johnson likely here. They hand it off on the first down play, and he gets across midfield, across the 40, and down to about the 37-yard line of Blacksburg.
I would be surprised if anybody sees the football other than 23 right here for Christiansburg.
We'll see a heavy dose of Keith Johnson here as we get down close to the 2-minute marker. Unfortunately for Blacksburg, there's no 2-minute warning in high school. Essentially, then you've got a 4th timeout. And I'm wondering when Blacksburg's going to start burning their timeouts. Here's a 1st and 10. And off it's Johnson. Johnson wrapped up and dropped in the backfield. Actually, about the line of scrimmage. So no gain, no loss. Blacksburg will take a timeout on 2nd and 10. Antoine Martin credited with the stop. And with 1:47 to go, Blacksburg looking to hold him.
I was just told that Johnson's got 251 yards rushing now in this football game for Christiansburg.
Unbelievable. She had 197 of them in the first half.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Keith Johnson has come as advertised and then some tonight, the fullback for Christiansburg. Not a very big guy, 5'11", $197. He's a senior, though. And doing a fine job here tonight for his Blue Demons.
Runs the football hard.
On 2nd and 10 from the Blacksburg 38. And off it's Johnson again that time. Sunshine with the stop.
Coach Sheeler and Coach Shockley right now, you put 11 guys on Johnson because I doubt anybody else will see the football.
Blacksburg burned another timeout. Clock stopped at 1:42. Pickup of 3 on that last carry by Johnson will bring up a 3rd and 7 and a must stop here for Blacksburg to have a shot at getting the football back. And the other thing, I guess it doesn't matter but so much, but you're starting to get into field goal range here for Mr. Cox eventually too.
Yeah.
Probably a little far. They probably need to get the first down to be in field goal range.
Yeah, you'd be looking at a 54-yarder right here, and that's a little out of his reach still.
Of course, if Christiansburg gets the first down, all that's going to be for naught anyway. This is the season on the line right here.
Yep.
Ball on the 36 of Blacksburg. Playoff spot on the line. Handoff. Johnson brought down for a loss. Antoine Martin, the linebacker, in on the stop. Loss of about 4 on the carry. Blacksburg takes its final timeout with 1:39 to go. They stop the clock, get a defensive stop. And I tell you what, this defense has been absolutely solid here in the second half for Blacksburg, shutting out Christiansburg.
Yeah, great adjustments at halftime by the coaching staff. And, they've played their hearts out here in the second half. And just, we've been a tackle or 2 away from breaking the long run and so forth. So, maybe it's getting ready to happen here in the last 1:39 in this football game. But
now on 4th and 12 from the Blacksburg 40. Figure they'll punt the ball away here. They're not going to give or take the chance on giving Blacksburg good field position here to try to end this game. Brad Cox will come in as he stands at about his own 46. Back deep is Terrence Travis to receive it. Here's the snap. High spiraling kick. Travis calls for the fair catch, and the ball goes off a Christiansburg player. That's number 15, Tahid Broom. And they're going to mark this one down
You know,
actually, no, they'll take it up to the 20.
You know, Travis called for a fair catch on that thing. It was actually looking like he was trying to catch it when Broom went and grabbed it.
I was a little confused by that myself. If he gets a hand on that thing, that's bad news.
Well, but, you know, at some point in time, don't you have fair catch interference?
The final score in Dublin, by the way, Pulaski County has completed the perfect season. They knock off Salem 34-24 and capture the River Ridge District Championship and the top seed in the playoffs next week. So we know the top 3 seeds now. Pulaski County, Salem, and Bassett respectively. Number 4 yet to be decided. Minute 30 away from that here. Gresh leads the offense onto the field. First down play. Throws complete to Half, who slides out of bounds past the first down marker and up to the 37-yard line. That's a pickup of 18 actually on the play. They mark him at the 38. Clock stopped at a minute 24 to move the chains, and he got out of bounds anyway.
Good play by Blacksburg's offense right there. Good pickup, running an out pattern, using the sidelines to stop the clock. Only took about 8 seconds off the clock to pick up 18 yards on the play.
From the 38, Gresh out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers. Gresh looking to throw. Pressure coming. Trey going to take it himself. Runs out of bounds. And that's as good as a sack as Gresh loses about 4 yards there. Will bring up a second down and long. This is what it all comes down to here for Trey Gresh. He is playing to continue his senior season, as are the rest of these seniors out here on the football field right now. You look around, Casper Violet, John Jennings, and many others fighting for at least an extra game next week. They got a long ways to go and not a lot of time to do it. No timeouts, minute 18 to go. They're on their own 35. Here's 2nd and 13. Gresh to throw over the middle, incomplete. Pass intended for Sowers. Coverage provided by Chris Smith.
Smith looked like he was all over Sowers right there.
Yeah, that was a little...
good coverage.
That was close. No flag, though.
Coach Chris trying to use the middle of the field. The middle of the field looks, reasonably open right there with the safety rolled over, trying to provide extra coverage on the 2 receiver side for Blacksburg's offense.
They have to be careful using the middle of the field here, too, with only a minute 15 to go and no timeouts.
Right.
3rd and 12.
Yeah, now you do whatever you can to get the first down.
4 wide receivers. Gresh from the shotgun. Gresh throws, looking for Eric Half. It's incomplete. Half laid out for it on the near sideline, tried to make a nice diving catch, couldn't do it on the coverage. It was DJ Palmer, and the season comes down to this for Blacksburg, a 4th and 12 from its own 35-yard line, a minute 10 to go in the game, trailing 14-10. And no timeouts to go as Christiansburg fans on the opposite side of the field start making some noise. Well, we've seen it happen before. Trey's done a lot of, and this Blacksburg offense have done a lot of improbable things. On 4th and 12, here we go. Gresh on the run, scrambling near side, going to take it himself. Gresh tiptoeing down the sideline, he got the first down. Crosses midfield, gets it down to the 47. And the clock will stop at a minute 1, and the drive stays alive.
Shades of Michael Vick there at West Virginia Morgantown. It looked like he was going to run out of room, and he tiptoes down the sidelines to get the first down. What a play by your senior quarterback. And I said that earlier. I said I wish a couple times when he turned that corner, he'd just take off, and that time he did and got the first down.
Trey Gresh does not want to go home yet. 1st and 10. Option read. Gresh going to take it himself and gets brought down at the line of scrimmage. Pulled that ball back for David Bales, and the clock's still moving down to 48 seconds. Again, no timeouts for Blacksburg. 2nd and 10. They go to hurry up. Gresh out of the gun. Dropping back, looking to throw. Pressure coming again.
He can run it again.
Trey throws on the run. Incomplete, intended for Sowers.
He threw that in the coverage right there. He could have taken off up the field again and used the sidelines to get out of bounds.
3rd down and 10. 36 seconds remaining. What a football game.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the last play. And, they're close enough now to where he can at least, chuck it down to the end zone and get a jump ball if you need to late in the game. But he had a lot of real estate in front of him again right there once he broke containment.
Gresh out of the gun on 3rd and 10 from the Christiansburg 47. Gresh looking to throw. Pressure coming. Gresh stepping up in the pocket. Fires complete to Sowers. First down and more. Sowers down the sideline. Pushed out of bounds inside the 20 of Christiansburg. 25 seconds to go. And Blacksburg deep into Christiansburg territory now.
Nice move by Ricky Sowers right there. He made the defensive back fall down and picked up 20 more yards on a yak, yards after the catch, and you coach that with your wide receiver. So good play by Sowers. Now you're certainly within striking distance with 25 seconds left to go here.
1st and 10 from the Christiansburg 20. Again, 25 seconds to go. Both sides out of timeouts. From the gun again, Gresh throwing off his back foot. Tipped around and incomplete. Dangerous throw from Gresh. Tight coverage on Casper Violette. That was his target. And in on the coverage was Jared Looney. That ball was tipped around in the air for what seemed like an eternity.
Yeah, he's hanging that thing up there a little bit too long on that play right there, giving Looney a chance to get in there and almost make an interception. So 20 seconds to go here in the football game. 2nd and 10 from the Christiansburg 20-yard line.
Talk about defining moments. Trey Gresh trying to write another chapter in his career as he floats this one on 2nd and 10 for the end zone.
It's caught it. He got it.
Eric Helm caught the ball in the end zone. Touchdown Blacksburg with 14 seconds to go.
On a fade, what a pass by the quarterback. Eric House goes up over top of Looney and makes the catch with 14 seconds to go in the football game.
Eric House. I tell you what, he'll never catch another bigger one than that. 16-14 Blacksburg with 14 seconds. The PAT is good. 17-14 Blacksburg with a lead.
Very important extra point too, because that made it 17-14 with a good field goal kicker like Christiansburg has. 14 seconds with their kind of speed could be an eternity here still. And we said it earlier, Coach Cromer burned those timeouts, and you said it. He may wish that he had them timeouts late in the football game. He may be wanting them right now.
He probably wanted them before now. 14 seconds stand between Blacksburg and a playoff berth. They have trailed every bit of this ball game. But if they can hold on for 14 seconds, that'll be all anyone remembers.
Joe just hollered there, gave me the fingers over here. Gresh is at 270 now passing in this football game.
And none bigger than the 20 yards he picked up right there. Unbelievable come from behind effort here from Blacksburg. 14 unanswered here in the second half. But you still got to get this kickoff and get some good coverage down here. Line drive kick, or ground ball, going to be picked up at about the 20. Up across the 45, or 35, excuse me, up around the 40.
8 seconds left to go here. The Christiansburg don't have time to run, but about one play. So we'll see if Coach Cromer's got a trick play up his sleeve right here.
You could see a lot of laterals here as well.
You could, absolutely.
Blacksburg trying to stop a 3-game losing streak, trying to finish the regular season with a win and get into the playoffs. Christiansburg with 8 seconds left to answer. As Blacksburg moves everybody back deep here. They've got
7 center fielders. 4-man rush for Blacksburg coming up right here.
There's prevent, and then there's this.
Christiansburg's got Chris Dobbins in the game now as a receiver, big, tall, wide receiver.
And now this play is going to be whistled dead here before the snap. Now we're seeing 6 seconds on the clock. It was 8 a moment ago.
Right.
Maybe that's what they stopped us about. Yeah, I think they're going to want some time put back on the clock here. Yeah, back to 8 seconds it goes. And as you said, they're going to have to throw it. Wills, the sophomore, chunking this one down the field.
And it's intercepted by Sowers.
Intercepted by Ricky Sowers. He pulls down the football and a playoff berth for Blacksburg. With 1 second remaining, all that's left for the Bruins is to take a knee, and they'll be playing next week.
And the student body is getting ready to storm the field here at the new Bill Brown Stadium. You know, students are jumping the fence and lined up at the gate. Got to run one more play here with 1 second.
The Christiansburg fans are stunned. All of them heading for the exits now. Unbelievable. One second on the clock. As Trey Gresh and this Blacksburg offense needs to just down it one time, and they'll go to the playoffs. Snap, and Gresh goes to one knee, and the students storm the field. The Blacksburg Bruins wrap up the 4th and final playoff spot for Region 4, Division 4 playoff action next week.
What a game. What a game.
The seniors and the students all on the field. Blacksburg 17, Christiansburg 14.